What's going on, guys? We are Tottenham TV here in association with Free Bets. We are doing another live watch along. We've got Italy versus Wales and Turkey versus Switzerland as well. We'll be following that game. I am joined by the great Louis Beneventi back in the studio today. Hi, Louis, and Samantha Miller as well joining us today. How are you guys doing? You guys doing all right?
Yeah, I'm all right, surviving.
Just about?
Yeah, I'm all right.
You're in today as our resident Italian expert.
Despite not being an Italy fan.
No, it doesn't matter.
Louis can say the name, so we'll just put him
Your
in
name
place.
is Beneventi, you're Italian, we'll bring you in. We thought draft you in for the Italy game. Samantha Miller, you had a great time watching the Wales versus Turkey game last time out. That was a great game, wasn't it?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, Wales definitely showed up. Me and Lou have just been talking about Italian coffee. We're ready to go. And
we've all got our Cafe Neros. We're all ready for this Wales versus Italy stream.
I'm a coffee snob due to my heritage, so this is the better end of the coffee spectrum. Starbucks right at the bottom. Although if they do want to end up giving me a deal at some point, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. But I think Cafe Nero tops all the coffees, followed closely by Costa. Outside of that, you go proper after that. I'm rambling. I think I've had too much coffee already today.
Well, let's look at the state of play of this group before we go ahead, because we're how long till kickoff now? About 13 minutes till kickoff. So Italy currently lead the group in first place with 6 points. Wales are second with 4 points. So it's a battle for who's going to finish top 2 in that game. A draw is good enough for Wales to qualify. Then in the Switzerland versus Turkey game, Switzerland need the win to try and get onto 4 points to be one of the best third place teams. And then Turkey are kind of looking for a big win because they're -5 goal difference to have an outside shot of being one of those third place teams. So not too much to play for in that Switzerland-Turkey game, but both teams kind of need a win. A draw's not good enough for either team in that game. So that could be a decent game. In terms of Italy-Wales, Italy have rested a lot of players. So do you think I could play into Wales' hands today?
I mean, yes and no. I think the Italian squad's very strong, and I think that the beauty of the way that they play currently is the team's as good as the sum of its parts. There's no standout talent, but the players all play for each other. It's not exactly the teams of old where you'd be looking at the likes of, Christian Vieri, or you'd be looking at Del Piero, looking at the back and all these sort of guys. Totti. But I think Totti, obviously, I could keep going. But I mean, the team you've got here, obviously, you've got Gianluigi Donnarumma.
We brought you in for your pronunciation, so go through the team.
You've got Gianluigi Donnarumma, Emerson Palmieri, Bastoni, Bonucci, Toloi, Pessina, Jorginho, Verratti, Bernardeschi, Belotti, and Chiesa.
Oh, beautiful. It just rolls off the tongue.
I know, right?
Absolutely brilliant.
I don't know how I'm still single, mate. I speak 3 languages and I say stuff like that.
You speak Italian when you go on a first date. Do you ever do that?
No, that's the thing. I don't like the pressure. When someone turns around and goes, "Oh, you speak a language, say this." It's like, well, why don't you just say this then? No.
I've touched a nerve. We'll move on.
No, but yeah, I mean, look, Lorenzo Insigne has been rested. Spinazzola has been rested as well. De Lorenzo, Ciro Immobile, Locatelli, Barella. So obviously, they've rested a lot of key figures that have been playing in this.
Well, they know they're already through, and they're pretty. Unless they lose, they're going through top. So I think it's understandable, isn't it? And they've been very. I think you could argue they've been the most impressive team in the tournament so far with 2 3-0 wins. Despite maybe you could argue Turkey and Switzerland maybe not the strongest, but they're not weakest either. They're not bad teams.
I mean, people were touting Turkey as dark horses, weren't they? But I think to be fair to Turkey, I think this obviously isn't their tournament. They do have the youngest squad at the Euros, so I think it's going to be really interesting how they develop over the next few years. But yeah, I think, like I said, this Italian team, it's the unity that they have, the way that they just kind of all come together, and the way that they're just playing their football. It's they're reliant on each other, they believe in each other, and it's kind of quite good because Roberto Mancini's kind of just he's balanced the old Italian coaching style with sort of like this new school feel as well. Where obviously you look previously, Italy had fantastic coaches, fantastic players. It's not the same caliber that used to exist in Italian football. So now what he's done is he's kind of taken that old school mentality and reinforced it within this youthful squad, which obviously, after failing to qualify for the 2018 World Cup, they've really started to rebuild and push forward. Chiesa obviously jumped onto the stage for Juventus in the Champions League this year. Belotti is a good centre forward, but again, him and Ciro Immobile outside of Italy, I'm not convinced. But it's a very, very good side, and it's, as I've already said, as strong as the sum of its parts. So realistically, they are the favourites, but I think it'd be stupid to write off Wales.
Well, let's look at the Wales team as well, and I'll bring Samantha in because we watched that Wales against Turkey game. They were very impressive. I think they probably dominated that game or created more opportunities in that game more than a lot of people thought they would, because I think people thought that'd be a closer game, but Wales really did turn up against Turkey, and they only need a draw tonight. And I think if you look at their team, 5 at the back, which is different to how they've played in previous games. Looks like arrested or dropped Kiefer Moore, who's their big number 9, who they've been starting most games. Do you think they're looking for a draw tonight, looking at their team?
It's interesting, actually. I was listening to a lot of Wales fans predicting the starting lineup today, and a lot of them actually went with that 5 at the back. I think 4 at the back almost suits Wales, but you can see why maybe they've gone with the 5. They might want to sit back and be a bit more defensive against a very attacking Italian side. I'm not surprised that he's rested Kiefer Moore and Ben Davies. They're both on yellow cards. So if they were to get a yellow card, if Wales were to then progress further into the competition, it would put them under immense pressure and they wouldn't be able to start those players. So it's very interesting starting lineup with Dan James and Bale utilising their pace up top. Can see them almost trying to sit back and then trying to get the ball up to those two up front. And we saw that Bale and Ramsey put in such a great effort in the Turkey game, and I think those two were standout performers. So Wales, they would really like a draw today, but I think you can't underestimate Italy, even with 8 players dropping to the bench. I think they've still got so much quality. They're not lacking goals. They've scored 3 in both their goals so far, and I can't wait to see this contest.
But do you think, in terms of Wales today, they're obviously in a very strong position in this group, 3 points ahead of Switzerland with a +5 goal difference ahead of Switzerland as well. So unless they get a heavy defeat, looks like even with a defeat today, they will be finishing second. But if you're a Wales manager, do you feel like Wales in a position that, even though Moore and Davis are on a yellow card, are they in a position to not play their strongest team in this game and maybe risk taking a heavy defeat today and finishing third? Are they in a position to do that, do you think?
Well, I think heavy defeats almost ruin the momentum in a team and confidence. I think you can't risk a heavy defeat. I think it does look like maybe Wales are going to be a bit more defensive today and possibly look to break on the counter at times. If you look at their match against Switzerland, they gave the ball away too easily. They have to make sure they don't do that today, because Italy will certainly be a team that punish them. And I think Kiefer Moore gives them that option where he's sort of their focal point, where they can look to get balls into him in central areas with height, and this time maybe play balls to the strength of the speed they have up top and more in behind. So it's a different style of play we're possibly going to see today. But I think Wales have that underdog mentality where they don't fear anyone. They have that passion behind them. We saw the speech Gareth Bale gave Aaron Ramsey. They're really up for it, and they do seem to be a team full of confidence after that Turkey win.
And that's exactly why you don't write them off, because there is that underdog mentality, that unity. I think, for me personally, I'll be honest, before the tournament I looked at the group and I thought, you know what, there's a real chance here that Wales could come to the Euros and go away with 0 points. I thought, I think a lot of people might have thought that 2016 was just a one-off. It's just one of those fairy tale stories. This is a very solid team, and the Wales Golf Madrid mentality, which they have for Gareth Bale, is very apparent, because he's amazing when he turns it on for him. But I do think that dropping Kiefer Moore is going to be a bit of a mistake. I think even if the Italians have a lot of possession, and sometimes they do get a bit courageous and drive up the pitch. I think you see in the last game, Chiellini was very, very high, really trying to force something. I'm not sure that the pace is going to play into their hands. I think having that big target man, despite, many people consider that style of football very primitive. Kiefer Moore has showed his capabilities, showed what he's good at, and I address him as his real name, Kiefer Francisco Roberto Moore from Torquay. He's been superb this tournament so far, and I think dropping him is going to be a big mistake. I think the 5 at the back does make a lot of sense. Sam was saying, hit on the break with the pace, but I almost think they've almost gone too safe. I think mentally they've looked at this Italian team, and I think they might have overthought the process, but we'll have to see.
And you look at Italy, yes, they've made 8 changes, but do you almost feel like even with those changes, they're still going to be a very dangerous prospect, because those players coming in are obviously going to want to do the utmost to try and win their place for the future rounds, the knockout stages coming into it. And these are class players. You say Chiesa has made a great difference for Juventus this season. You got Verratti, who's obviously wasn't starting the other games, and he's
I'm not sold on Verratti.
You don't rate him for PSG.
I don't rate him. I don't see the hype. Italy have proven already this tournament. he starts for him, he plays well, but they played without him, looked superb, and I think that the beauty of the midfield that Italy had was it was very balanced. I think Jorginho was great creatively conducting the play. Barella was the real motor, and Locatelli was he showed like real defensive resilience. I don't think Verratti offers anything different to what Jorginho has. I'll be honest, I don't know very much about Pessina, but I think that I'm actually very interested in the defence. But Bastoni's been touted as one of these next great defenders to come through Italy.
Are you surprised Emerson Palmieri gets in there?
No, not really. I think Spinazzola, as you said, he's played really well. Italy are through.
I mean in the Italy squad in total.
Actually, I know that Roberto Mancini's a massive fan of him.
Okay.
He was actually trying to get Emerson to get a move away from Chelsea in January so he'd get more minutes to maybe even try and play. But I'm not surprised he's in the team. He plays really well for Italy. So I think that left hand side in terms of potential overlaps, I think with Chiesa as well, probably going to be floating inside a bit more. I think they might end up trying to match Wales with a 3 to try and push forward. We'll have to see what happens. But I think realistically, this is Italy's game to lose. I think for them to really sort of show what they're capable of as well, they need to try and put a foothold in the game and really make a difference.
Yeah, well, but with both teams kind of needing a draw in this game, Italy to confirm first place and Wales to confirm second place, you got to say a draw probably suits both sides in this one, doesn't it?
It does. But
it definitely suits both sides, but I feel like as a team you never almost set out for a draw. Never. You're always going to go for it. But if it does happen to end in a draw, then it would be fantastic for both sides going forward. But I'm not sure I can see it ending in a draw. I think it's something like the last 9 games, Italy have won 7 of them. It's not been a draw. Wales have the others. So I can't see that happening, but I guess you never know in football. There's been so many surprises this tournament. You just have to look at Hungary drawing against France, and you just really never know in football, and that's the excitement of tournament football.
Bloody love football, me.
In terms of Switzerland-Turkey, Switzerland having taken a heavy defeat to Italy 3-0, they got a -3 goal difference, 1 point, with 3 teams who are currently in third place already on 3 points. They're on 1 point. Do you hold any hope really they could get into that top 4 third place teams? It's a very difficult path.
I think it depends on who the other teams are. I mean,
you've got Portugal on 3 points. You've got Austria on 3 points, and you've got Finland on 3 points.
Austria, Finland,
and Portugal, and then you've got Spain on 2 points, or who are currently in third. So it's a difficult path for them, isn't it?
Spain will break into that. I think Switzerland might just about miss out. Just about. I think that Finland group, I think they're playing really well. But I think obviously that game against Denmark really, well, whether it should have gone ahead or not, I think we could talk about for ages, and I think we're all in agreement that it probably shouldn't have done. But Finland are probably going to just about push through. But it really, I think, if Switzerland get the job done today in a really convincing manner, which they probably can, I can see that Embolo really maybe forcing that Turkish backline with his pace. They could break into it, but I mean, look, we can't really say yet until we know sort of how the other games have gone.
Yeah, I think it'll be difficult for Switzerland, and I think both Switzerland and Turkey would have been disappointed with their performances. With Switzerland, they probably expected to get more out of the Wales game, considering how much possession they had. They didn't convert all their chances, and then that could punish them now going forward. And Turkey, talk about them being dark horses, but they've been very underwhelming. So I think if Switzerland don't do it, they can only really blame themselves for 100%. not taking enough chances in that Wales game.
And if you look at the games that the other 3 third place teams have left, if Switzerland do get to 4 points, Finland, who are on 3 points, have Belgium last game. Austria, who are on 3 points, have Ukraine last game, which is all difficult. And then Portugal have France last game. So those are very difficult games for those other third place teams in their last game of the tournament. So Switzerland might feel like they have an outside chance of getting there if they do get the win today.
It's an interesting tournament. I still don't agree with the 3 teams that go through, or the 4 teams that go through. 4, sorry, yeah. I think it's stupid. Just put more teams in the tournament so you have 3 teams from each group go in. But yeah, look, I think realistically they do have an outside chance, but I just think there are other teams on paper which maybe are a bit stronger, playing against teams which may have already qualified and probably will be rotating as well. All
right, we have kicked off here. Italy in their blue strips kicking off from left to right. Wales in their all red strips kicking off from right to left.
It is the sexiest kit in international football.
Are you not biased?
I'm not an Italy fan. every are you supporting Italy this tournament? No, I was born here. Like, you know.
You just talk them up a lot, Louis.
Yeah, because I like watching Italian football and I'm proud of my heritage.
Do you think Italy have been slept on a bit at the beginning of this tournament?
Oh yeah.
Massively.
Everyone I said Italy are dark horses. What are you saying Italy are dark horses? What are you talking about? It's like, well, they're an established national team. I'm like, well, they've not qualified for the last World Cup. No one's really looked at them as a serious contender for a while. I'd looked at them like this. You'd be stupid to write off an Italian team, much like the Netherlands team. You never write off the Netherlands.
Considering as well, they're unbeaten in 3 years. Since November 2018, and they also haven't conceded a goal since November, apparently, for a long time now. They haven't conceded a goal, and you look at their backline, Bonucci and Chiellini, who we all know is as solid as a rock. They're always going to be difficult to break down, and they've got a kind of their front line has really this season looked fresh, and it's looked like something that could definitely cause a lot of teams trouble. Like Insigne seems a man reborn, especially on the international stage, and Immobile seems to finally be taking his goal scoring form onto the international stage.
Yeah, I think this is the thing. I think Ciro Immobile, since he's moved to Lazio, he's been a very, very prominent centre forward. I think, you know, when he was at Sevilla, when he was at Dortmund, he was obviously a young player, but he just couldn't cut it in other countries. You know, family playing a big factor for him. He missed his family, all that sort of stuff. And you know, now when he goes back to Italy, he's a different beast. And I think that, like I was saying earlier, Roberto Mancini's management style, I think he obviously as a player he was very fiery himself. But the way he manages players, it's almost like he's learned from his mistakes of dealing with, you know, the egos at Manchester City, to kind of look at the egos in this Italian team and obviously try and push them to their own advantages. You know, he looks at the likes of Chiellini and Bonucci, you know, players which haven't won anything internationally, but have been part of, you know, that golden generation or the back end of that golden generation into this one, and try and look at them to lead with their egos, with their power, with their strengths, and then obviously complemented that with, you know, the likes of these younger players with the flair that they have, and he's found a really, really strong balance. Great manager internationally for Italy. I think I was kind of surprised he took the job personally. I thought, you know, I still think he's excellent on club level. But
yeah, don't take he won the league with Man City. I don't know what he's done since then. I know he was manager of Galatasaray. He was manager of Inter Milan, I believe.
Yeah,
since then
he was a solid coach. I think, like I said, I think he was great on club level. But I almost think because of how fiery he could be and how forthright he could be, that was also an issue. Because when you're obviously he's in such close proximity to these players for such an extended period of time whilst coaching at club level, that it kind of rubs off and then it goes the wrong way, much like I did for Mourinho wherever he's been, really. Whereas I think internationally, because you're not with those players for an extensive period of time, you can run on those egos, you can run on that mentality and that strength. And obviously it's a short period to a certain level.
I was going to say it's very different being an international manager compared to club, because you do get that frequent time with the players at club level, but also being at Manchester City, you have so much budget to get some of the best players in the world, and then it's up to you to sort of mould them into a team. But I think with his experience, he must have learnt so much to be able to bring that into this Italian squad. But they use their fullbacks well going forward, and I think Wales need to be aware of that today.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, Italy have already had mainly the ball today, and I think Wales would have been aware of that they will see less of the ball. But Wales have played many games where they haven't dictated possession, and I think they can work with that, and they just have to almost counteract the press and utilise when they do have the ball, get it forward as quickly as possible. But an informed Bale and Ramsey from the last game will really help Wales, hopefully, if they can get the ball to them.
Ooh. Turkey nearly taking the lead there, shot from 25 yards. Great save from the Swiss keeper. Just watching, keeping an eye on both games.
Well, what are you watching?
I'm keeping an eye on both games. I've got the Switzerland-Turkey game on here, and I've got the Italy-Wales on the main game there. So anything that happens, we'll keep you up to date. But Turkey have started much better in the Switzerland game. I'd just like to say that. But Italy, obviously, starting a lot of possession. I do get the feeling going into this game, something just tells me this might have 0-0 written all over it. That's the feeling I get because I feel.
Did you have that feeling for England-Scotland?
No, I did not have that feeling.
To be honest, I had that feeling for England-Scotland because Gareth Southgate's useless.
Yeah, do you think he's starting to come under real pressure, Gareth Southgate?
No, because he's a yes man. The FA won't sack him, and the other reason he won't be under pressure is because there's no one who'll take the job.
But do you not think he should maybe come under more criticism for the fact that when you look at our team on paper, we do have some of, if not the most creative players at the tournament in terms of Mason Mount, Phil Foden, Harry Kane got the most assists in the Premier League last season, and yet we barely created a chance against a Scotland team. Yes, who have got quality, but you definitely expect us to be able to break them down at least a few times in the game.
The thing about Gareth Southgate is whenever he comes under pressure, well, not when he comes under pressure, you know what? Let me rephrase that. When England have a big game and it's one where we could maybe stamp our authority, or it's one where we're coming against one of the best sides in the world and it's a real test of our capabilities with such this young, hungry squad, we either don't turn up or we look like we're scared. We just pass the ball about, we do it simple. This Scotland game was a prime example. That is the biggest game in international English football since the World Cup semi-final. The history around it, what it meant to everybody as well. And we did exactly what we've done for years. You know, Southgate lives off of that England semi-final run. He lives off of the amount of waistcoats he sold at Marks and Spencer's.
Doesn't he have the waistcoat anymore? It's a goal for Switzerland. Who's that? Seferovic.
Very nice.
Seferovic has scored from 25 yards. Really nice goal as well. He's just smashed it into the back of the net. And Switzerland have taken an early lead against Turkey there. So that's an update in the other game. So they're now on 4 points. They're just showing it on screen there now. Switzerland have taken an early lead. It's a fine finish as well.
Great
goal
finish.
By Seferovic.
Turkey fans must be really disappointed with this tournament so far.
They've gone down like a lead balloon.
By the way, we nicknamed you Statman Sim.
Statman Sim.
Yep.
That's what Ben calls me. Yeah.
He's literally sitting there. I remember there was about 6 months ago. We were talking, and he was like, name me a game from any of Tottenham games since 2008, and I'll be able to tell you the stats. I just named a random, sorry, 2002, whatever. Tells you this game, and I'm literally there going, what the? How's he done that? Bloody 6 years, who cares? I didn't win anything in that time, did you? No, that's 6 years difference.
No, we won a League Cup.
Yeah, no, between 2002 and 2008, you didn't.
Beat you in the final, mate.
Yeah, no, between 2002 and 2008.
Oh, we're talking about so February 2008 doesn't count. Now we were saying
no.
January 2008.
Okay. 2008, it's up to.
Okay, got you. We got to the final.
Well, this looks dangerous here.
Oh, well done. Good job. Did you win it?
We won the Peace Cup in 2005.
I didn't even know that was a thing. What is that?
No, good question. We beat Lyon in the final, I remember.
Is it a pre-season tournament?
It is a pre-season tournament.
Audi Cup.
Trophy's a trophy. Silverware is silverware. Arsenal can count their 10 community shields. I can count the Peace Cup.
Oh, there he is. Capello, what a man.
Capello.
He apparently was a massive, massive dick in the England camp. Did you ever see
Sounds
that?
About right.
See the Ben Foster interview ever?
Yes, when he was on Jackmate's thing. Yeah.
That was interesting.
Again, another manager who completely underachieved, and that's the thing about Southgate. He got so much praise, but I don't think he got praised for overachieving. He got praised for achieving during a time where so many managers underachieve. We're just so used to underachievement. Like a manager achieving what he should have was just so bewildering to us.
Well, Southgate got praised because he almost changed the dynamics and the relationship between the media and the players, and he did a lot behind the scenes in terms of getting that togetherness a bit better, and just in terms of interactions with the media and things like that. And I think he got a lot of praise in that sense, and that probably helped get the media on side of it, the way he put on events like playing darts against the players and bowling and all those types of things. But and the semi-final, and then now needs to almost surpass that.
Well, it's not even that. It's the fact he's literally written off the England team already. He literally did an interview this morning saying we are not tournament favourites.
that as well I found bewildering when he's been manager of the team for nearly 4 years, and I do find it a bit bewildering that he is saying other teams are in a different process to us and further down the line. I'm like, what do you mean? You've been manager for 4 years.
Should I tell you what that process is?
What are you talking about?
It's the fact that it's not all these other countries aren't run by stuffy old men in suits.
Yeah,
it's this. I told you the story about when I was at uni, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was sat. If everyone's ever been to Wembley, if you've been to the fancy bit, so where all the boxes are, that's where I used to have my lectures at uni. And I remember being sat in the Costa Coffee bit, just pretending to do my dissertation, and I was sat there listening, and I thought it was just these two blokes sat in, obviously from the FA, talking about the England selection, and they had this big binder, and I just thought it was two blokes sat having coffee, just talking about the England selection. Oh, we should do this. What about that? What about that? Lo and behold, next day after hearing what the selection was, guess what? That was the squad. So he doesn't even pick the squad. This Gareth Southgate is a yes man. What England need is they need someone who wants to go on to win things. Shall I tell you who England need? They need Jose Mourinho, because hear me out. His abrasive style doesn't work on club level, much like Mancini. But if you want a team which is going to go on and win things and play across 8 games and just go and get the job done, there is no one better at international level. Jose Mourinho
wouldn't have minded him winning something.
Or Italy are there, or Belotti with a chance inside the box just misses it.
But, I think that's on Daniel Levy for not giving him the opportunity to even try. So,
all right, Italy. First half chance really of the game. It was a really nice cross into the box by Bastoni, and Belotti stretching for it. The back post couldn't quite get enough purchase on the effort just inside the 6-yard box. So it's still 0-0. 11 minutes gone. Both teams kind of playing the ball, kind of not that interested in going forward right now. Both teams, it seems, they seem happy, content with how things are going. Doesn't seem real urgency from either team. And I think that's what I expected, really. But you never know; a goal could liven this game up, because
what's the weather in Rome? That's also
with Switzerland winning, Wales definitely won't want to be conceding the first goal in this game. They wouldn't want to be going level on points with Switzerland.
I think Ward's a goalkeeper that's really in form, and there was talks about should Hennessy maybe start this game, but you can't drop Ward because he's been performing so well in the friendly against France. He was player of the match, and he's made some outstanding saves, and I think he's really showing his quality, which works so well in Wales' favour, especially playing such an attacking team today. They almost have faith in him. And also even Robert Page, the fans have such faith in his tactics now, because everyone questioned the starting lineups in the first 2 games. But because he almost proved people wrong with it, now I think looking at this team selection, I think people will just go with it and say, well, look what he's done so far. Let's keep the faith in him.
I think quality. I think he's done really, really well for Wales.
Who, Robert Page?
Yeah, especially I think coming in off the back of what's happening with Ryan Giggs as well. I think that there was a cloud.
I think to get him out of the group, even get him out of the group is a good achievement for him.
Oh, hugely.
I think so. I think they've done. Look, I expect them to finish 4th in this group, like you did.
I took 4 with 0 points, and
I was wrong about that. I was absolutely wrong about that. We've got Polly in the background, and she's not happy about those ones. We're getting death stares now. Here, Italy on the ball at the moment, just being patient with their play. Wales are being, as expected, a bit conservative, a bit pragmatic, getting a lot of men behind the ball with their 5 at the back as well. And Italy finding it hard to break down. As I say, that was a cross to the back post, but again, not enough, not really close enough to the player to get a good volley on that.
It's interesting the way that Wales have shaped up. I think that obviously we've already mentioned the fact they've got the pace up front. If you look at when they're playing, they've got that line of 3, that line of 5, and then it's almost if you see just out the corner of the screen, James and Bale kind of split to either side of the centre backs, so they're kind of occupying obviously Bastoni and Bonucci and trying to split them across, which I think is pretty smart. It's very nice from them. Nice football. It's very different to what they've been playing, which was kind of basically very Sunday League tactics, which is you've got a big man up front, you've got your talisman who you've got to get the ball to, and you've got a little lad who's really quick.
Emerson with a shot from about 40 yards, but it's gone straight down the throat of Danny Ward, and that's easily picked up for him. As a Spurs fan, I'm very keenly watching every single Italian player, because I know we've got this new sporting director from Juventus, and we seem to be linked with pretty much every single Serie A player who's kicked the ball this season. So, so I'm definitely keeping a very close eye on a lot of these Italian players, seeing who we're going to be linked with next. So Locatelli scored 2 goals the other day, and all of a sudden, immediately Spurs about to make a bid for Locatelli.
He's having the tournament of his life.
Locatelli is a good defensive midfielder, but people, I mean, it just goes to show, I think, how the media look at players. They've had a good tournament, their name's popping up everywhere. Locatelli is a very, very, very good defensive midfielder, but he over 38 games, you're not going to get loads of goals from him. You're going to get a decent distribution and some good tackles, which is what you want in a defensive midfielder, someone who's just really solid. But the thing is, because he's been painted in a certain way, he'll come into the league. A bit like how Xhaka was. You know, Xhaka, when he came to Arsenal, was painted as this player who was, you know, ridiculously good. You know, could score from anywhere. You know, great defensively, doing this, doing that, doing that. And he just gets the job. He just got the job done. He wasn't standout. He just does what you need to do. But because of how he's painted, it's going to be a different way. Locatelli's a good player, but he's not.
Yeah, the actual star,
special.
many people were expecting this tournament is Nicola Barella from Inter Milan.
He's unbelievable.
He's the one who's had a sensational season for Inter Milan, and he hasn't quite got the plaudits so far this tournament, but I actually think he's played pretty well in their first 2 games.
I love those sort of players because they do, quote unquote, the shit you don't see. I think it's that's what I love Olivier Giroud for, doing that sort of stuff. I think Barella's another example of that. He's just a motor. He's unbelievable. Oh, hello.
So long ball over the top. Who's that? Chiesa?
That is.
Or was it
Bernardeschi, I think.
Bernardeschi.
Is it Bernardeschi?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is Bernardeschi. Italy starting to come forwards. Bernardeschi with the ball into the box. Belotti's at the back post. It's a good header away.
I think they need to stop.
And a volley. Oh, deflection. Oh, my word. Nearly takes it past Ward, but he reacts quickly and hangs on to it as well. He does really well there, Danny Ward. Quick reactions. Italy starting to turn the screw a bit, but Wales still feel comfortable. They're doing a lot of crosses into the box, and with all the defenders Wales have in there, they don't seem too much under threat.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got 5 in defence, I suppose it helps. But last time when they played Turkey, we spoke about the defensive organisation, Rob Page being the organiser that he's known as, and they almost look really hard to break down because of their positioning, and I think that will be key in this game because we know what a threat Italy are. And it's interesting, Gunter's playing. I think they've brought him in for experience.
Yeah, I was about to say, they got 5 defenders, but one of them is Chris Gunter. Does that count against them? I know, like, even he was at Spurs for about 10 years. Well, how long ago was it? Over 10 years ago he was at Spurs.
Yeah, it was a while back.
2008, and he was even rubbish then. So I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still got experience, though.
He does. That's one thing he does have, his experience.
Last time I saw him was at the darts.
Wales have given it away in their defensive third, but it's good
awful.
defending.
That was Verratti. Gave it away. He's so average.
And Wales win a free
I think Verratti can just say that he's won trophies, so I think he sort of adds that quality. But here's Jorginho, and I have to say, when I started playing fantasy football and Jorginho moved to Chelsea, I thought, you know what, I'll put him in my team. And he's almost the assister to the assist. He doesn't get too many assists. It's more he's the pass into the assister. So he doesn't get you too many fantasy points. I wouldn't recommend.
The thing with Jorginho is he's very much, he just oh bloody hell, nearly fell off the chair. He just keeps it ticking. I think he's been good for Chelsea, but I think look, for me, if a bid came in for him, I wouldn't turn it down. I'd look at what it was, if it was good enough, and then I'd probably think about it. But I'm not saying he's been bad at all. I think he's been a really, really good player for Chelsea, especially under obviously Thomas Tuchel. He's kind of had a bit of a renaissance in terms of how he's played, and I like the way obviously when he came in under Sarri, there was a lot of stick that he got. But you know he's now come into the side, made a hell of a difference. Under Lampard at first, I kind of had the shackles taken off instead of this short football which we're playing all the time. He had the ability to play a bit longer. Stop it! Stop it, Roberto! That's beautiful.
She was showing off there.
Mate, he's doing that in an Armani suit. That's just ridiculous. But yeah, Jorginho sort of he had the shackles taken off, didn't get in on Lampard, came back in and he's just so important.
Yeah, he's been great under Tuchel. Jorginho, so I think he's been fantastic, and he's such an underrated player. Yeah. I think he got a lot. I think he was kind of, as you said, the poster boy for being average under Sarri. But I think it was a shame. Yeah. I thought he had that reputation.
Well, I think the thing with Jorginho is he's such a specialist. Mm-hmm. I think that he's great at keeping it ticking and keeping it moving, but when it comes to other parts of the game, he's not that strong. Yes, he gets a good amount of interceptions. Obviously, people will start bringing up the stats saying he's got this many, he's done this, he's done that. But the thing with
you got Kante to do that.
You got Kante to do that, but then with Jorginho as well, it's like if you want to just keep it ticking, he'll do it. If you want to really go for it, I'm not sure Jorginho is the man for that. But I mean, the way he's utilised in this Italian system, he just looks so good.
Well, people say playing with Kante is like playing with an extra player, so it probably helps Jorginho massively.
Hugely. In those big games, it's been huge for us.
All right, my time has come to an end, unfortunately, but I'm going to leave you in the very, very capable hands of Polly James, who
Hi, Polly, all right?
Hello.
Welcome in. I kept your seat warm for you.
I just have to say before you go, we
Yeah,
could
go
be in top of the table by tonight.
I know, and I got that
feel.
completely wrong.
I know, right?
Early
There you
go.
substitute over here.
Hello, guys.
In the
Hello.
20th
Hi.
minute,
Hi.
we're making a substitute.
Thank you very much,
I-
Sim.
Bye.
I'm so sorry to butt you out here,
I
but
heard
I
Sim
think
pulled his hamstring. That's why
I suppose I'm like the resident Welshie here now. Anyway, I'm Polly, by the way.
Hi,
We've
Polly.
never met.
Nice
Hi,
to meet
nice to meet you. How are you? Hi, Sam.
I'm good, how are you?
So yeah, just give me a quick rundown. I've just literally come from work, so I'm here now. I'm excited for the game. I was following it a little bit on the radio, then coming in, but I've already seen some chances from Italy, which is annoying.
we haven't,
But yeah,
we
can
haven't
you
seen Wales.
sum up the first 20 minutes?
It's
We haven't seen Wales have a chance yet. It's been all Italy, really.
It's 25 degrees with 55% humidity in Rome,
my
so
gosh.
they're
Yeah,
just going to be tapping it about for about another 70 minutes. So
Yeah,
we'll
we're
see
not
what
used to
happens.
that, unfortunately. I wish. Interesting though that I guess we were the Welsh were hoping that the Italians weren't going to be as together, as disciplined, as their patterns of play wouldn't work. They're all great players, but they a team that haven't played together as much, and then hopefully that would play to our advantage. But it doesn't look like it has at the moment. So there we go. Yeah, game on. Let's go.
It is interesting to see how this goes now. Gareth Bale's gone down. Oh dear.
Oh no.
That's not what you want
That's
to
is that his
see.
back. Oh no, he's all right.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Quick question: when's he going to cut
Good.
his hair off and expose the fact that he's got going bald at the back of his head, or is he going to keep it long for the rest of his life?
Keep it long. It's an iconic haircut now in Wales, isn't it?
Top knot. Wales and Leeds, everyone's got one.
Who's at the back of your shirt? Robert Earnshaw, I think I
Yes.
saw?
So this was a top that was given to me by someone who works at the FAW, and I said, "Oh, have you got any like the new ones?" And she goes, "No, but I've got an authentic one. That was worn by Earnshaw." So I was like, "Oh, all right then, why not?"
That's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was playing at a tournament that I was working at called Star 60.
that's a
Yeah.
nice
Oh,
ball.
come
Oh, that's a
on.
nice ball.
Oh.
Oh dear. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that is liquid football. Oh no, okay, no, it's not. That's not great.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Oh,
come on.
Nico Williams. That's it. Hold it there. Hold him there. Hold him there. Oh wow, that's nice.
He did well to keep that on.
Nico's playing.
Oh,
some-
wow,
yeah,
that's lovely.
That was naughty.
Oh, Welsh Chavi's lost it though.
Ah,
My favourite thing about Joe Allen is the fact that he was on the front cover of a magazine for chickens. And
Was
it's yeah. Look, I'll get the picture up.
Okay,
It's
we need
amazing.
to see that.
Hang on,
for
it was
chickens.
yeah. Joe, he was during the last Euros. It's my fun fact about Joe Allen.
I mean, when they came back from 2016, from the Euros 2016, the guys, I mean, we're talking... Oh,
There you go, Joe Allen.
egg.
Chicken and egg, welfare and food
Oh,
together.
my God.
Wow.
This is
I
when he was
mean-
at Liverpool.
These guys were legends when they came back. So they, it's like when a star comes back from the Olympics and they've won the gold medal, and they've just endorsed in everything, even on the front page of Chicken and Egg Wellbeing, or whatever you said. Forget about the box, being on the front box of Shreddies. It's all about chicken and egg.
Oh, that's a nice ball. Got to finish that surely.
no.
Oh, that was poor from Italy. That
Yeah,
was
they'll
poor.
be
Should have done so much better
disappointed.
there. I can tell
Nice.
everyone's getting shattered already, though. I would hate to be playing in that right now. That just is
Sweltering.
that's my idea of hell. I can barely run as it is.
Ah, you can't give the ball away there.
Blame the knee injury, Put it on pro.
Are you a player? I don't know
no,
much about
I'm-
you, Louis.
I'm-
so I'm
I'm
going to
a
ask you
ma-
random questions
I'm a
throughout.
manager.
Oh, you're a
actually,
manager
yeah.
of...
I run a YouTube football team called Imperial Wharf.
Oh, wow. So how does a
So-
YouTube football team work?
We just turn up at Hackney Marshes playing film. It's kind of us. Like we
Oh, okay.
Great
we were in
So
a
you
YouTube
you
league.
still play football?
Yeah. We still
Right, but
play.
you just film it.
We just
Okay,
film
I
it,
see.
yeah. And then we do the commentary and then.
Oh,
just try and be funny.
fantastic.
So every time there's a bus that goes past on a Sunday, you talk about it. Oh look, there's a bus.
What type of manager are you?
Me, well, last year I was very much a under nines manager, going, it's okay, guys, we lost 4-0, but there's
Yeah.
always next week. Whereas this
Stepping
year,
it up a bit more.
yeah, this year it was more. I'd say
Cracking
it
the
was more.
whip.
Yeah, no,
I can
to be honest,
imagine
I
you
was-
being quite firm with them.
well, at first I kind of like to pick people up, so I was kind of a bit of a Brendan Rodgers, but then recently over the past few weeks I turned more into probably a Mourinho or a Capello. When I found out a few of my players went out on the Friday night, I actually went to the pub and took them home because we were going to win the league next day apparently. So We didn't win the league in the end. That was fun.
What's your views on Rob then? You know, for Wales. I know you touched on him
Yeah.
slightly when I was coming in, but he's done a brilliant job, hasn't he?
Great job. I think
Composure under the pressure.
Yeah.
It's just been brilliant, hasn't it? You
it's
know.
all the politics that were surrounding the situation you guys were in.
Yeah, yeah.
I think to come in under that. I mean, I didn't know who Rob Page was before.
Scrutinised 100%, wasn't it? You know, he was like,
yeah.
you know, does he deserve the job? And I think, you know, it's.
What's his background like before the Wales job? What did he
I
get?
think he was he the under 18s or under 21s?
Oh wow. Okay.
Coach,
So
I think.
Yeah,
think
he's been
he was.
involved with
Yeah.
the setup, so he knows
Yeah.
the Wales philosophy.
Yeah,
and
absolutely. Yeah, and he was there obviously, you know, during the Euros 2016. So he's got the ethos, as you say, and is part of the beating heart that makes Wales pump so well. You know.
Okay. So he because that was the interesting bit for me because it almost like he was in a similar position to Southgate almost. Obviously, you know, both previous managers left under a cloud. But it seems that, you know, Rob Page is actually doing a good job. So I think that
Yeah.
you know, I think the way that he's built this team and
I quite like him. It's
mentality.
like, you know, he's sort of like just raw, and you know, he's come in. There's not really much razzle dazzle about him, is there?
No.
You know, there's
He-
not a
he
huge
is-
record behind him.
he is
and
very
he's-
much someone I come up against on Anthony Marsh. Is that what he does? He does look like that. They've got the sleeve tack going,
Yeah.
the bald bloke on the touch.
oh,
Who was
what a
that?
chance!
Oh, well, Siri even got excited by that. Blimey.
Gunter,
Chris, oh,
and Sim was
thought he
putting
crap,
him
mate.
down.
Oh, Sim!
He missed, didn't he?
Just,
I just think Kiefer Moore is my favourite striker in world football right now. Just
Really?
purely
Nice,
because of
yeah.
his name. It's brilliant.
I'll keep them more.
Do you know what his middle names are?
I don't know.
I'm just going to say Google
Oh
it.
my God. Okay,
Google,
fine.
Google Kiefer Moore's names.
Keith Moore.
It's interesting.
I'm just gonna go
because
into his Wikipedia.
No one. I feel like Rob
Roberto
Page is very
Francisco.
unpredictable.
Why?
Kiefer Roberto Francisco Moore from
Why
Torquay.
though?
What a
Yeah, I was
bloke.
about to say from Torquay. How bizarre is that?
He's a good centre forward as well. He's the heir to Olivier Giroud. That's all I'm saying. Ooh. Obviously not seriously. He's not the same level as Olivier Giroud. I'm just saying as the pure number 9, which you don't mess with. That's the guy. It's 2-0 Switzerland. Oh, have I got that's a goal? Oh, that's away from Turkey. Oh my word! Woohoo!
Shaqiri popping up with a banger.
echelon, lovely. And then it's popped back to Verratti, who's the most average centre midfielder ever. I just can't stand him. He's so bad. Well, he's not bad, but he's...
Sam, I'm interested to hear about your Instagram poll. Who's saying what? Because when I voted on it, it said like 30% of people thought that Wales were going to win.
Let's take a look. Let's see an update.
30%.
Just, you know, 30%
That's
of Wales
quite
are going
high,
to... I
to
was
be
about
fair.
to say that is quite high. But I think considering the team, though, you know, maybe we feel our chances are higher because they're playing, you know, they're resting all their good players, so to speak.
65% Italy, 35% Wales.
It's going up. I'm liking that. Why not?
I think I've got a couple of people from Wales on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Repping. But Wales fans all they've got this belief.
Oh, we
in
do.
this
And I mean,
team.
even when it's against all odds, we will still back our men 100%. You know, even when it seems unrealistic. You know, no one can doubt our togetherness, our team spirit, and you know what we do in these big tournaments.
I think it's really interesting to see that as well because I think it's very underrated what morale can do to a team.
Oh,
hello.
100%.
Yeah, people don't really talk about it. I think nowadays people love to look at statistics and be like, "This is what it is."
totally,
But I
yeah.
think there's the unmeasurable variables that are so important.
Absolutely.
Oh, God, finish that, surely!
No!
That is
Ooh.
absolutely shocking. Honest, that is awful. That is
Would your
awful.
team have finished that?
No, actually, we struggle. We struggle up front at the minute. To be honest, that's my main target in the transfer window: centre
Oh
forward
my
and
gosh.
wingers. Oh, my deal. What is that?
I'm happy with that. In fact, this looks like the first half of their game against Turkey, you know, when they were just
deflection.
getting
Actually,
close and
got it off
close
the
and
line.
close.
Ethan Ampadu.
That is the most Italian expression
Yeah.
I've seen to missing a goal. Apart from that, that is awful. He's not as good as his dad. Go on. This is going to be interesting. They gone zonal. I hate zonal
No,
marking.
I'm not a fan of
That is
zonal.
so pointless. See, because it's just zonal marking just.
I mean, it worked then, but
It didn't because I lost it. It's like even the Italians were losing the joke or run onto the ball. Also, I just don't think outswinging corners are as effective as in-swingers. You know, you kind of want to get the ball travelling in so it can continue that loop.
You sound like a very tactical manager.
I'm really
Yeah.
not. I'm very much a passion merchant. That's me. I've got my coach who does all the tactics for me. Really. Oh, he's around him. Got to do that. Oh, I don't know. Oh,
Hope
is
so.
it?
He went down a bit late.
I mean, maybe there's a sniper in the stands. Let's have a look. Nah, nothing in that.
Oh,
Nah, nothing in that. That's a dive.
That is a dive without
that is a sniper.
doubt.
thank you, Dal.
That is someone in the stands having a pop with a 40 cal.
So just remind this young Welsh
No,
lady,
Uh-huh.
about the different ways that Wales could get through now, and with what's happening in the other game as well.
Okay, so Sam, you're better at maths than me, so you're going to tell me
Oh,
this.
maths is
Because
not my strong
I've got a
point.
B.
I am
GCSE.
right in saying now, if they beat Italy tonight, fingers crossed they do, nip that one goal in. Who knows? But they get to the top of the table, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
okay,
I
cool.
think so. Currently it's 7 to 5 points.
Yeah.
Wales. Oh, actually no. I don't think they would. I think Italy on goal difference would just do it. Wait, hang on. Maths.
No, because we've
4,
drawn
you're on
and
4.
Italy would have lost, wouldn't they?
Yes.
So they would have been at the top.
I think Italy. Well,
Yeah.
Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost there.
Italy were the first team that automatically go through.
Yeah.
So-
Okay. Yeah.
Italy are
Very
through. They're just enjoying this game, but Wales, on the other hand,
Oh,
they would love a
Christ.
draw.
But I was just looking at that Switzerland-Turkey game. So what needs to happen there so that Wales can secure to go through?
So
Technically, we would like just to be on the safe
Just-
side,
it's just a
Turkey to
draw.
win, wouldn't we?
you,
Just
you
a draw.
just, you
sorry.
just you'd have to
Yeah.
avoid defeat.
We
Okay,
need
fine.
Statman Sim with his maths.
Nah, he's icing his hammy at the minute, isn't he? Just checking it all out. Putting on that deep heat.
He went down the tunnel sulking, but he got subbed off.
Right, let's see what you guys are saying. You know, if you are obviously watching along with us, we're on WeAreTottenhamTV. We're on freebets.com as well, on the YouTube pages. If you want to say hi, get involved with the conversation, want to throw some love Wales's way, don't worry, I will make sure that gets heard. But yeah, follow us on those channels, on those platforms as well. Tell us what you're loving. If there's
Heavy tap.
any conversation that you want to spark up, come and do that. And yeah, we'll give you a little shout out. A little shout out.
I love that Italian kit so much. It's so nice. It's not as good as their third kit.
Yeah,
That
but
was
red
awesome.
with gold trim is the one.
It's not gold. It's yellow,
Oh,
really.
come on, it's
Oh,
gold.
it's
like
mus-
mustard.
that's-
Don't say
you
mustard.
You just said
I did
mustard.
mustard, okay.
It's like a mustard
I was
gold
blaming
trim.
it on you. I blamed it on you. That's what I do.
Oh,
Sorry.
So I think going to Dulux and saying, "Can I get a mustard gold trim?" Be like, what?
Gold just sounds a little bit better than mustard.
Yeah. There you go. This is going to be interesting. Long ball football, loses it in midfield. That midfield battle is going to be so important. And I think at the minute it's edging Italy's way. But the thing is, the Italians just can't finish at the other end of the pitch.
Ooh.
The
They're really
Italians
going
also
for
trying to kill
Bale. I
Gareth
feel
Bale.
like
Yeah.
they've nullified him as the threat. They're like, right, let's just bring down Bale. And I think if Ben Davies and Kiefer Moore were on the pitch, knowing that they could potentially get sent off and not be able to play in the future games, they would have maybe targeted them as well, knowing that.
Yeah, but I think Kiefer Moore would have been so much more useful.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, Wales are trying to knock it long. So why are you knocking it long to two little men? Doesn't make any sense.
I think it would have been great if they could knock it long to him, but then he would have maybe been a bit cautious, knowing that he can't afford to get a yellow card.
Yeah.
So I think it was weighing
Ooh,
up.
oh,
that.
come on, referee. You've got to give that, surely.
You're a closet Italian fan, aren't you?
I'm not a closet Italian fan. I'm not an Italy fan, but I just love football. So
Okay, fine.
I'm very balanced.
Are you Italian?
Half Italian,
Oh
yeah.
my god, okay. I get this now.
Tell him to read the lineup out.
Go on then, read the lineup.
I'm
That's
not
why you love
doing
Kiefer
anything.
Moore, because I think he's half Italian.
It's just
right,
an
or something.
unbelievable name. It's what's your name? Kiefer Moore. No, come. What's your real name? Okay, it's actually this.
Yeah. A stage name on football, can you even imagine?
Rodon.
He's a good player, Joe Rodon. I quite like him. Young player with a lot of potential. Stepped up for Tottenham, to be fair, I thought, personally, from what I saw. Feel free to disagree with him and tell me I'm talking shit.
Not as good as Skriniar, I can tell you that.
Yeah, because Skriniar is going to come to a club which is in the worst European competition ever and doesn't even have a manager. and can't get a manager.
Hopefully soon. We'll see what
I just remembered I'm on
happens.
the Tottenham channel, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I can't wait for the abusive comments.
I mean, it's a valid point. Tottenham don't have a manager yet, so
I mean, it's just weird. Like, how can it get to this point?
hopefully last minute we'll blow everyone out the park and
Get Harry Redknapp back.
get someone big.
Yeah, well, Nico Cranshaw's still available. Leaning out his car window for transfer deadline day.
I could listen to Harry Redknapp stories all day though about
brilliant.
signings and.
I read his autobiography. I read there was a whole chapter dedicated to that time when he was at West Ham and the fan was giving him a load of jip and he's put him on and then he actually went on and scored. That was brilliant. And then he was talking about Di Canio as well. God, what a player. Massive dickhead, but still a great player.
Oh, people are posting that photo now of Joe Allen.
I posted this 2 weeks ago and no one talked about it, and now everyone's talking about it.
Is this the chicken
Isn't that annoying
one?
when you post something and then someone else copies and then they go viral?
But it's fine. Listen, I open the gates.
Yeah.
I'm a trailblazer. All right?
Trendsetter.
If you want to follow me, go for it. I was wearing Peaky Blinders hats before it was cool. So, people are going after that.
Liverpool FC player Joe Allen talks chicken.
He's got a whole chicken farm or something. He's got like 3 or 4, well, maybe not a whole farm, but he's got 3 or 4 chichickens.
Wow.
I think, and is he still at Stoke?
Oh my gosh, see, people are saying the Torquay Hartlepool game is better than this game. I mean, is it really that naff?
It's not really been the best first half, actually. I have to agree. I mean,
It's been a bit sort of messy, would you say?
I
bit.
I think both teams are they're just trying to feel each other out. I think
Yeah.
Italy have made 8 changes.
But like we say, that's going to be hard for a team, isn't it, to gel and just to have that pattern of play? Is that why they're being a sort of a little bit
Definitely.
inconsistent?
They're missing Barella in midfield hugely. And obviously I think it's just difficult to break down 5 at the back. I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Every single Welsh player behind the ball. That's
it's definitely hard to play against a team when everyone's back and you're just compact and they're overcrowded and you're just trying to figure out a way to get through them. I think, Wales are making it difficult. But Italy have had a couple of key chances that they possibly should have put away.
A few.
I think Wales will be happy if they go
Dan
in
James
0-0 at
on?
half time.
Dan James is starting up front.
Yeah. I think he's been the most threatening player. In fact, Nico as well. I think he's pretty, as we said
bombing
before,
forward.
Sam, a little bit naughty when he gets the ball. Very unpredictable. You're like, what's he going to do?
No, this is Leonardo Bonucci written all over it. On his nut. Bosh. It's probably the least Italian thing I could possibly say ever. On his nut. Bosh. Have it. Who's over this? Oh, wait, hang on. It is Bernardeschi, Bo looks things, and Verratti. So this isn't going anywhere. So I take all of that back.
If Verratti does something with this, I will laugh at you.
I'm sorry, Verratti's never played in the Italian top 5. He's played in the France league, which, by the way, 2 weeks ago nearly went into non-existence because they sold their TV rights to a company that didn't exist. And he plays in the PSG team, which just all plays for themselves and is rubbish on the international stage.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Verratti just got the assist as well.
I knew it! I was waiting.
Bottom line, he's still shit, so I don't care.
He's just.
Who scored that?
He's done brilliant
See,
there.
was it a Pessina?
That was such a well worked free kick
That's
routine.
just so chill, just sort of like.
Right into the corner as well. Brilliant finish.
It was I could do that assist if I wanted to.
Wales
probably a
will be
miss kick,
Wales will be disappointed that they've now conceded from
Yeah.
a corner against Switzerland, now a free kick from Italy.
Especially
Especially as they're known to be organised.
2 goals. So what's this?
A 2-goal swing from being third place now, Wales.
So if Italy scored 1 more and Sweden scored 1 more, Switzerland scored 1 more. Sorry.
Yuck. I don't like that. Sim. I mean, this again just proves that Italy actually are an astonishing team, considering.
It's the togetherness when they celebrated. That was quite cool. I think you don't see that with many teams anymore internationally. But obviously Roberto Mancini's kind of built a squad, which means that they kind of all play together. They know each other really well, and they really do make a difference. And that togetherness is going to probably the key component to Italy if they do win the tournament.
Yeah, we don't want this to run away from us now, though, because it's what Italy like to do, isn't it? And they've started off pretty quickly. It was the second half before, and now they've.
Yeah, I think it's this.
What does that do? I was going to say, what does that do to a team like Wales now, for example, going into the going into half time, going into the changing rooms, being 1-0 down?
I mean,
It's an important game, isn't it?
yeah, I think that just now there's now a lot of silly challenges going in here from Wales, and that potentially could cost them.
Yeah.
I think irrespective, they're definitely going to go through.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness! See, I think it's very, very that back five has actually been Wales' saviour in this game so far. It could be 3 or 4. No, it's just it. The Italians, they've got this line where they're just holding. It's relatively high, but you know they're waiting for the ball to go over the top. You've got Donnarumma ready to sweep, and you've got Bonucci, who's just such a seasoned veteran. He knows what he's doing now. It'll be very, very interesting how this goes now. WAT 20 couldn't Italy
Hold
20
on,
euros.
yeah.
So.
I was going to say, I think people really need to be paying close attention to Italy now and really considering them as contenders because they've been so impressive.
Yeah, I think that when the thing is, like, people often talk about Spain, the possession-based football that they've played. Italy have knocked the ball about really well, but the difference between Spain and Italy is Italy actually know how to score. Spain are doing this whole thing where they're trying to paint the Mona Lisa and be like, well, 2008, 2012, we did this, and we were so good when actually, it's just, that was a generation. But now they don't have the same players, don't have the same manager, and it's just boring football to watch. It was like watching.
I think I heard it.
Oh my!
Italy are
I've
really
seen
going
him
to that
again.
second.
Who is this kid? I've never seen him in my life. Let's have a look at him. I need to find out a bit more about this.
It's almost like I feel that Wales need to have this half time now just to regroup and just to refocus.
Atalanta.
I heard earlier that I think if Italy win this game, they've gone 1,000 minutes in football without losing.
That's unbelievable. I think it's already on 1,000 minutes.
Is
think
it?
it's
Yeah.
After that.
I think it's something like
It's incredible.
10 games
10 games
unbeaten.
unbeaten.
10 wins, 10 wins, and then they can equal their record of 30 games unbeaten. Yeah, they're
incredible.
just performing so well, and they have been for a while now. So yeah, people need to take notice.
People are saying they've not played anybody good though, but I mean it takes a lot to just stay awake and just not concede and just play your way out through that. Even without a full strength team here, I mean they might just whack on Lorenzo and Insigne for a bit of a laugh. Who knows? I wouldn't make any changes though. I think they've finally started to gel and start to move the ball about.
Yeah.
now.
It's nice for Italy to know that their sort of second team is not second team, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The
pretty
fact that
decent
they
as
can
well.
make loads of changes and
Yeah,
it not make a
yeah.
difference.
There you go. Counter attack. There's the midfield ball lost.
Come on, yes. All we need is like a nice little naughty header from Bale.
Pessina's been playing really, really well.
Pessina goal! Clever free kick, yeah.
I do think Italy look almost superior to Wales, but then saying that, Wales do have players on the pitch who can almost create magic out of nothing. So
Yeah.
I won't rule Wales out, but Italy look like scoring another
And it's
soon.
almost like when we're not. Do you remember what happened last game when we were sort of like there was no pressure and then just Bale just as you say makes this magic out of nowhere the last like 5 minutes, and now I feel like we're under the cosh a little bit and it's we sort of crumble around the edges a little bit.
I think but that's the beauty of this Wales team. I think under the cosh or just when something's least expected, I think you guys just pull something out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's just
Come
how
on,
you
put it
guys
in the
are.
bag. Come on, Wales.
But see, playing the ball over the top to someone who's not a big man is just stupid.
I reckon Rob Page had such a hard decision. Part of him was probably thinking Kiefer Moore would be perfect to stick up top and get the ball to and be that outlet. And then another part of him was probably like, let's save him. So it was probably a really difficult decision. Look at the celebrations of the
And
Italian
I was about
fans.
to say, let's take the celebrations into consideration here. Like Wales are playing away effectively, aren't they? You know, so
I think
and
that's,
Italy have got a strong
advantage,
yes,
really.
strong crowd.
I
Their
think-
supporters. I think how many? Like 1,000? Not even 1,000 Welsh fans in the Stadio Olimpico.
I don't know how they're even getting tickets. I'm just impressed.
Yeah, yeah.
I
said that about Wembley the other day. I was like, they've got the craziest tickets you can ever get. Look, there they are. Come on, the Red Wall. Come on, boys.
The thing about this tournament, I think, is just it's stupid. I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic and we're playing football across
In all different.
an
No,
entire,
you're right. You're right.
entire place. I mean, Baku's lovely. You know, I went there with Chelsea. I think that was amazing. But I'm still sat there going, why? Like that's closer to Afghanistan than it is to most of Europe. So
When
it's
we've got the Principality Stadium, which is
Oh, it's a huge stadium. They've got the Millennium as well. You know, there's loads of stadiums that could have been used. Obviously, was it Dublin or was it Belfast that lost their grounds because of the Euros?
Oh, I don't know.
That's half time, though. 1-0 Italy.
Oh, all right then. Well, let's regroup, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all right. Still love that.
So
kit.
come on then, your manager. What would you be saying to the Welsh boys then now? If you can just, get your head out of the Italian clouds
be
for a
encouraging
second.
them, like you mentioned
Come
earlier.
on, guys! It's only
I
1-0.
know, it's only 1-0. You can do this.
I'd be sat there going, "Can you stop fucking playing long ball, please?" And let's just play football. Just if you keep your shape, I think the Italian side are really pushing hard at the pitch. You keep the ball well, and then you look for those outlets, but don't overdo it. I think at the minute they're just overdoing it. They're just overthinking it and looking for that ball over the top. But then you just got Bonucci or Bastoni who's going to sit there and cool, thank you. We'll start playing again. I think you're giving the ball away too much in midfield as well. I think Joe Allen's actually been quite poor today. Aaron Ramsey's not been present at all. But I mean, you can't. What do you expect? I think realistically, in terms of overall talent and overall togetherness, as we touched on with this Italy team, it's just a case of, they're unbelievable.
Yeah.
Italy mean business this time. Island Life says Italy are here to dominate. It really does seem, doesn't it, that they just want to sort of put a message out to the rest of Europe to say, look, guys, this is our tournament.
I feel like they're dominating all over the pitch as well. When Wales do manage to get the ball up top, they're on them really quickly. They're trying to get in a tackle as quickly as possible and then break. And it's just not allowing Wales to play football. And you said Ramsey's not been that present in this game. It's because Ramsey looks at his best when he can get on the ball or someone can play a through ball to him or vice versa. So it doesn't exactly highlight the performances of those types of players that are better with the ball. But Wales do need to keep the ball better. I said that last time. When they do get it, they can't give it away that easily. And Italy had a couple of chances they needed to put away, but that free kick was a definite masterclass of how you work free kicks. And I think there was nothing Wales could do about it because it was such clinical finish into the corner. But maybe if they were organised a bit more, trying to pick players up and not almost let them have that shot on target.
They fell asleep, I thought.
Yeah.
I think, having that ball at the near post and not covering that's just ridiculous. That's poor from them. But I think Wales are going through. I wouldn't be too worried. I'd be looking at this if I was Rob Page, going, do you know what? Like, there are some games which you can't just expect to win.
Yeah.
They're in a comfortable position. If they can nab one just to help the goal difference, or if they can even go on to do all right, then there's a completely different conversation. But I think that. This whole situation is just they've got to deal with it and just push forward. And
Wales will never rest on their laurels ever. They're not just going to go out there just to play a game. They're going to go out there to fight and win and try and get as many points as possible. Howell Davis says, still in it though, guys. Chill.
100%.
And I know, right? Orange Fantasy says, pass the ball to Bales and Wales will score. I mean, it's not that simple, really, is it?
I mean, I think that's how you guys have been playing for the past 2 games. Just get the ball to Bale, get the ball to the wing, or lob it long to Kiefer Moore. It's been very. It's a simple tactic. It's primitive, as people would say, because they want to talk about having loads of possession and doing all this stuff, which is you don't need to do all the time. But I think, unfortunately, you're still trying to do that tactic, but with a completely different shape and a completely different front line. So I think he's got it a little bit wrong, Rob Page, but he can't actually impact the game as soon as 11 blokes step out onto the pitch. So
I think it's just you can just see that Italy are the better side, and sometimes that's just the way it is. I think Rob Page has probably done his best to set them up to try and avoid conceding goals. He will be disappointed that they did almost fall asleep for the set piece, but I wouldn't rule Wales out for the second half. No. But Italy, they do look like scoring again.
I think they've got their tails up now. I think if it had been another 5 minutes, I think you might have seen
That's what scares me about Italy. Yeah, it was almost like, okay, we need this time out, and it came. It's like ding, ding, ding. Thank you very much. We'll head back to the changing rooms and just. Lolo says Italia, Italia, Italia. That's what you want, isn't it, Louis?
I'm not saying anything. I'm an England fan.
Is your name Louis or Louis?
It's Louis. It's Louis. I was born here. My full name though is it's very, very Italian. So
Oh my gosh! Wow.
It's more Italian than Kiefer Moore.
Yeah, I think it's just Wales need to make the most of their set pieces. Yeah, true. But I mean, yeah, as I say, we still got 45 minutes, and we know how quickly that can change even the last couple of minutes of a game. So
I think it would have been really more entertaining. One thing that would have made the game more entertaining, though, is when the national anthems were playing. If Lorenzo and Insigne had been playing, one of my favourite things the Italian FA do and the Italian team do, and they do it on purpose, which is really funny. They always give him the tallest mascot. So because he's 5'6", so there's kids that have been taller than him. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, bless him. Mo Dean makes a good point here. They say Italy hasn't lost in 30 matches, but who have they played? They might be good, but let's see what happens when they play real competition and see what happens then.
I think
it's kind of a good point, really. In terms of tournaments,
it's a good point, but I think the way that they're playing, I just can't see anyone beating.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I think that. Well, actually, that's a lie, mate. I can see this French team probably beating the Italian team. I think for me, the tournament. Well, before yesterday, it was kind of France or Portugal for me. I thought Portugal, obviously with Ronaldo, and I think the squad depth that they have, I thought that maybe they were going to do it. But then, the Germans turned up yesterday, which was interesting to say the least. But here you go. They're actually talking about the set piece here as well.
Okay.
So he's not even watched it. He's busy watching the ball come in rather than watching his man. Goes past him. Thank you very much. Good night. 1-0. That is horrible defending. He completely fell asleep. Awful. Was that? Yeah, it's moral.
Morale. Yeah.
Oh.
Look at
in terms of changes for the Welsh team, is there going to be any next?
I changed the shape. I changed the shape. I'd go back to what you were playing previously. Bring Kiefer Moore on.
Sam
hit
said
the ball
he's
long.
5'6" in heels. Thank you for that.
Just imagine Lorenzo and Insigne in heels now.
No way, he's 5'6". He's way shorter.
Let me check. I think he's either 5'6" or he's 5'11" or something. Well,
no, saying he's more like
4'11".
4'11". Someone's saying
he's 5'6" or 5'8".
It's interesting.
Joe Ledley. I completely forgot about his majestic beard. I love Joe Ledley. I want a beard like Joe Ledley. I just don't have the patience. Okay, so Lorenzo Insigne. Hi.
Lorenzo. God, I love the Italian accent. It's just so lush, isn't it? Love it. What? Sorry.
That's just the most Welsh thing I've ever heard. I love it. I don't hang out with many Welsh people. That's so lush, that is. It's brilliant.
I love the Italian
just
accent.
Gavin and Stacey is the best show on the planet. It's the last time I heard it.
Every English person thinks I sound like Stacey from Gavin and Stacey. So.
That is a very strong beard there from Joe Ledley. I think
it's not as big as it used to be, Joe. Why'd you cut it off?
No, that looks like it's like. I feel like if you were to hold it, it would just be like solid.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should grow out more because now he just looks like your average Royal Blood listener. I think it's kind of one of those where it's like, there's nothing wrong with that. I love Royal Blood, but he's very much a stereotype of someone you'd see in Brighton.
Are you saying that he looks a bit like a hipster, a Brighton
hipster?
No,
not even a Brighton hipster. I think he's just one sleeve tattoo and a black t-shirt away from working in a barber shop and listening to Royal Blood continuously.
I'm playing the bass guitar.
Exactly. Hey, nothing wrong with bassists.
No, absolutely not. Hey, absolutely not.
As a bassist myself, can't be having that.
Okay. Are you a big Royal Blood fan? Are you?
I like Royal Blood.
Oh, yeah, same. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Someone told me before though. Actually, they're not actually from Brighton.
They're not.
No, it's the town. It's like saying you're Welsh but you're from Swansea, but actually I'm from Cardiff. I don't know. I could be wrong. But Royal Blood are a staple of Radio X, so that's why we have these like little weird nuggets of. Let me have a little look.
My favourite thing about Royal Blood, right, is whenever there needs to be building drama on a sports show, right, they sit there and they go, we need to really build up some dramatic music and get everyone going for a sporting event. What should you do? Turn to the other, go, listen. Get a Royal Blood song going. Put a montage over the top. You sort it, don't worry about it. It's always the new one. So you've got Treble coming, or you've got a 10-ton skeleton. You've got something which is just like a staple of Royal Blood and their music, and they just.
It is saying Royal Blood is from Brighton, but I did hear it.
The band is from Brighton. I don't think because I was reading something because they did the BBC montage, not the montage, the Predictor, didn't they? The end of the season because they had the new album come out. So let us look after the hamstring, mate. All right. Need you for sixes next week.
Top of the table. What are we saying, Sim? Top of the table. Come on. Third. I know. Look at us. We're going to go from top to third. Great. I'm going to find out about Royal Blood. I need to find out about that. Anyway.
Radio X. That's like my dream job.
Really?
To work on
Oh my god. Thanks. No, it is a dream job. It's a dream radio station.
I listen to it every day.
Have you listened to me though?
I don't think I've listened to you, no.
You don't listen then,
No,
do you?
I've been
As
on
I
in the
said,
background.
remember Sim was like,
It's always-
oh my God,
it's
I
usually
love
in the
listening.
morning. It's in the morning, and then like because you're 1
So
till
Chris
4,
Moyles,
aren't you?
yeah, 1 till 4.
Yeah, so I'm
okay.
always out 1 till 4.
Okay, fine, fair enough.
Let me off.
Okay, I'll let you off then.
But if you want to get me on at some point, just let me know. I'm happy to pop in.
I can give you a shout out.
Definitely do that.
My Italian friend Louis has been in touch.
She's going to say you're an
Lu-
Italy
no, not
fan.
Luigi.
Is that your name, Luigi, in
My
Italian?
no, my name's Louis, but if you
Louis.
translate it, it's Luigi.
Is
But
it?
it's
I
incredibly
love
awkward because
that
my dad is called Mario, so people always go.
Stop it.
Yeah, that's exactly
Mario
the
and
response I get.
Luigi.
It's
So wait a
horrendous.
minute. Let's just go through this gene pool here. You are actually half Italian.
So okay, so if we go back, so my dad was born in King's Cross, but he was
Okay.
born to Italian immigrants.
Okay, fine.
So they're from a little village called Pavolo nel Frignano, which is actually also the home village
Oh,
of
don't.
Luca Toni. So, and I nutmegged Luca Toni when I was 8 in a village because I was an absolute shithouse. He was just stood there, just put the ball in between his legs. But, so yeah, you got that.
So I mean, like you have like some serious affiliation with this Italian side, I would say.
Well,
I
my
mean,
cousin
because-
played with half of them, so
You might as well be an Italy fan.
No, I'm not. No, because I was born here. It's
You
like,
can be
I-
both.
it's always nice to see Italy
But
do
you have
well,
to-
but
There's always something in it when there's a bit of a bloodline. You can always say, "No, I still got." I'm Welsh, obviously, fully Welsh. I mean, but a bit like you, my gran and granddad on my dad's side are Norwegian. So whenever Norway play, whenever they do, I always think a little bit like, "Yeah, go on, Norway."
Yeah, it's kind
so
of how
I
it's
kind of
how I
get the
feel.
whole, yeah, exactly.
It's like- so like
you
for me,
can't
it's
help
like-
it; it's in your blood.
no, exactly. It's good. Plus, I think well, unfortunately, as well as being incredibly good looking, because that comes with the gene pool. You also, unfortunately, I have the very Italian nature of when I do get angry. This does happen with my hands.
Oh my
So
gosh,
that
amazing. We
every
love
time
that.
I'm there,
No!
it does. I start doing this, and then I've had a few times where I've done an Instagram live. My friends just screenshot it, going, "Louis, stop doing that." It's like,
Oh my
right,
god,
okay,
I love that. So
makes sense.
how come you decided to go for Louis instead of Luigi?
Ask my dad. I've got no
Okay,
idea. I think. Well, actually, I was going to be called Dante originally, but people didn't want to shorten it because my dad was like, "Oh, people are anglicising, just stop calling you Danny." And apparently, I look like a Danny, and they say that because I look like Nick Frost in Hot Fuzz. That's it. It's like,
Oh, and this Sanders just said, talking about your Italian good looks, Louis, you're a thorn between two roses, mate. An English rose. to the side.
baby.
Wales are being schooled by Italy. I'm going to say yeah. To be fair, we are being given a masterclass tonight, I think.
But by a team that could potentially go on to win the
Well,
tournament.
this,
so
I mean, this is not that bad, isn't it? Because in hindsight, when this is all over, we can say, well, yeah, we got through and we got through to this, but we did lose
I mean,
to
yeah, I think
the European
they're
champions.
6-1 to win it though the other day. I was really intrigued by after the Switzerland game. I checked it. It's 6-1. It was like,
Their
that's
name
pretty
wasn't
solid.
really banded about, was it, at the very
No.
beginning? About sort of
everyone
being
was saying France.
France,
look,
Germany,
yeah,
and
it's-
all.
I think
yeah.
you
I
for
was
me,
one
it
of
was- it
those
was
saying France.
It was France, Portugal, I think, were the two because
France, Portugal,
holders.
Wales, I would say.
Bottom line, look, for me, there's two ways to look at this. It's a win-win
Wales,
situation
Golf
for me.
Madrid.
Put it this.
Yeah.
In Gareth Bale's case, actually, it's Wales goal Chelsea because he got us Champions League football. Actually, he would have got it anyway because we won the Champions League. Just had to drop that in there, Tottenham fans. But I think with the way that the thing shaped up, I think you go Portugal and France kind of were the two favourites. Obviously, yesterday proved very differently that I think Portugal just fell asleep. The Germans have turned up. They've adopted the 3-4-3. They've played really well doing that. And I think just overall, the entire nature of the tournament football, and this tournament especially, you've got the likes of Italy, you've got the likes of the Netherlands. These are sides which, even though they might not be favourites, you're stupid to write them off in tournament football.
Yeah, totally. We've got obviously a lot of you watching right now. We are Tottenham TV and also freebets.com as well on the YouTube pages. Let's write down in the comments who is your favourites now, because we're sort of a week and a couple of days in. We've seen some good football played by all the teams now.
I think North Macedonia have still got something in them. They're going to win 8-0 and Goran Pandev is going to lift the trophy.
But interesting as well to see, in the comments, if you were maybe France at the beginning, when it all kicked off, and now you're like, nah, it's definitely going to be Italy, Or maybe you were Italy at the beginning and then you're sort of Wales. I don't know. Italy, Germany, France, Portugal, Germany. We've got Germany, Italy. So,
It's Italy from the beginning. That's what I was. But I mean, for me, bottom line, is coming home. Okay, England are going to win it. If they don't, I've whacked a 20 quid bet on Italy to win it. So you know, if they do, it's a win-win for me. You know, 140 quid.
You've been
or it's
saying
coming home.
you've been saying you've got no faith in Southgate.
I know.
But now
I
you think
don't-
they're
I-
going to
I-
win
I
it.
don't-
I know
no,
what
no,
you're
listen.
the type of person. If you're the type of person, if Italy win this, you're going to change your name to Luigi. If they lose it,
Yeah.
it's going to be Louis.
No,
And
it'll
you're
always
the
be
you're
Louis.
the type of person.
My name will always be.
if Italy aren't doing very well, you ain't half Italian, are you?
No, I'm the sort of person that when he goes out on a night out, he says he's English, but when it's not working, he starts switching it to the
Yeah,
Italian.
I like that.
So, yeah, so,
Whatever works for you.
Oh
eh?
my God, are you British? No,
Yeah.
I'm Italian. Oh my God! It's kind of how it works.
France don't look as good as they were made out to be. Unless Portugal have a stronger team than the last Euros, I believe they can win. And let's just remember as well, like Turkey were banded about to be the underdogs. Like, you know, it's kind of like the exit polls, isn't it?
Give him the
And
armband.
people.
Why are you giving him the armband? Sorry, Marco Verratti's got the armband. Why? Sorry, I just had to get that out because
I've noticed just from today you're very anti-Verratti and anti-Southgate.
Verratti's bang average. He is. I'm sorry. He went from the Serie B, went to the PSG team, and they just don't do anything on the international stage. But
He's
apparently
won
so good.
trophies.
Yeah, I could win trophies in France. It's not that difficult. You know, it's I could go there with a PSG. Sorry, you run by a country. Yes, I'd like you to sign Messi. Thank you. It's not that. It's that easy with them.
Portugal ain't winning nothing. None of the big teams look that great except for Italy and Belgium. That's a fair assessment, I would say.
I think Belgium, now that they've got a fully fit squad, I think are going to be a real contender.
Peter says, "Where's Ben and Sim? Where is Sim going tonight? He's not going to the gym again, is he?"
I don't know.
Sim was late for one of these. I know I was late today. I was working genuinely, but Sim was late before because he was at the gym.
Listen,
Wouldn't he?
Was it leg day? What was it? It was leg day. Getting up the stairs is a struggle. Then I completely understand that.
I like how we're on Ben and Sim's channel and they can't be here. It's kind of funny.
I know. Yeah.
that Ben's a bit of a dick. Isn't he?
I would love, I know. See, Sim said that Wales were going to finish in fourth, and it's weighed heavy on my shoulders ever since he said that. You know,
you just want to prove him
I
wrong.
just need to prove him wrong. There's no way that we could possibly finish. We're never going to finish in fourth, so I'm going to get one up on him anyway. So, but I mean, just to finish first or second to go through automatically, not that third spot. It's just going to be sweet. Sorry, Sim.
that is fully going to be one of those situations where you just go ah,
Yeah.
just turn around and have it.
What did Ben say about Wales at the beginning?
Ben said about. Oh no, he was really up for it because we spoke to him after because it was where was he? Was it Wembley? I think he was, or coming out. Oh, he was at Box Park watching the opening game of the Euros, and we called him up after the first game. And he goes, "No, I really think Wales can do this. They've got this togetherness about them. You know, they've got this awesome team spirit. And as you say, that goes far, doesn't it? Especially in these big tournaments. You know, it just ignites something in the belly. And gosh, I mean, let's hope Ben is right and the stars align for Wales once again. Are we back in? We're back in.
We are back in. 46
Yeah. So
minutes now.
46 minutes on there. There we are. Interesting though, isn't it? Ben and Sim are in negotiations with Levy for the Tottenham job.
We want a packet of quavers. Can I give you half a packet? We
So-
draw the Welsh chavvy. In the words of Brendan Rodgers.
You do quite a good Welsh accent as well as Italian. It's not bad.
I, one of my skills and party tricks is I can work my way around the entire country and I can have a stab at every single accent. That's
What's
one of
this
my
one
party
then?
tricks.
Burger and chips.
Do that one more time.
Burger and chips.
Was that
Burger and
Geordie?
chips. Yeah.
Hello and man, next Saturday night takeaways. Just got to be really excitable.
That
Although I
wasn't
have been
bad.
listening to On the Ball continuously because that is one of the most underrated England World Cup songs ever.
I'm really intrigued how Wales are going to come out
Do
in
you
the
know what
second
saying?
half.
I'm thinking, are they going to come out all guns blazing? Are they going to... The thing is, I feel they don't really perform that well. As you said before, like Sam, you know, they are like a really organised team, aren't they? And sometimes if they sort of rattle that cage and just go out like a bull in a china shop, it just sort of ruins their flow. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, I'm not the expert here. No. I don't know.
I
too
am
much,
by
okay?
no means an expert. Trust
Well,
me.
more of an expert than I am, but I mean, I'm just watching as a fan, you know, as a punter.
I think the way that Wales players.
I feel we're a little bit more cool, calm, and collected, even though we have those sparks of excitement every now and again.
You're
You
cool,
know,
calm, and collected.
we are.
I'd say it's very much a Saturday night out in Cardiff the way that Wales play.
Which is not very exciting at the moment, unfortunately.
No,
My sister went out
no.
yesterday and she said there's no atmosphere, it's boring.
Guy, nights out are boring at the minute.
Mm.
Excuse me, can you say at your table, please? Oh, all right, fine. And it's yaps. I actually, so I was after close, and I went to a bar because my friend like runs it. It was after close. We just having that drink when everyone finishes up. It was actually nice. Just like, can I grab a drink at the bar? Say, can I have this, please? Because I live with him, so I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Can I have this? Yeah, cool. And I was like, oh, I actually just ordered a drink at the bar. while I was doing a nap. It's amazing. And then because it's at the bar and it's right in front of your face, they don't screw it up. If you ask for a double something, they give you a double. They don't try and be cheeky and give you a single. I know what you do in bars. Don't worry. Oh, who's getting booked here? What's going on? Is that Gareth Bale they've gone for again? Jeez. Oh no, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, Bale's having lumps kicked out of him. That's
It's a bit naughty though, wouldn't it? Considering that Italy are like gonna go through anyway. Like they're through, aren't they, to the knockout stages?
Yeah.
So
they've definitely targeted Bale, and they're probably taking it in turns as well to try and not get booked for it. But I think that must
Oh, that was cheeky.
that must fire Bale up in a way. It's got to fire him up to play well if he's being targeted like that. Wales just can't keep the ball for too long.
There you go. Bale's holding it there well.
Yeah, that time they did.
Gonna recycle that. Got to recycle that. You got to recycle that. That was just stupid.
I mean, that was my point. They string a couple of passes together. They try and drive forward, but then they lose it. But I think Italy are just intercepting well.
You've got those bits of experience within the Wales team. Joe Allen, Gareth Bale, Chris Gunter, obviously, but it's a very young side. So it's
I think the three up front with the three up front for the winning games at the Euros 2016. I think it's the last time they all played together, wasn't it?
So
Joe Allen, Gunter, and Bale.
Must have been. Blimey, it's a long time.
That is a long. It's 5 years actually, isn't it? So
I'd just left school at that point. So I'd left school and I had some resemblance of a jawline. Go on. That's a free kick. Is that a free kick? Yeah. I like this. This referee's very much got the geography teacher vibe about him. When he's
hilarious! So we're watching it on ITV. Apparently they put on the ticker tape it was Italy 2, Wales 0 when they came out.
Right.
So it was like, give us the benefit of the doubt at least.
Right, where's the producer? Right, what's going on?
I
What have you
know.
done there?
Someone's a little bit finger heavy there. Let's have a look. Boom, must have missed that second goal. I love it. Twitter just goes mad, doesn't it?
This Pessina's playing so well. He's a very good
That
player.
touch, that first touch.
I mean, okay, yeah, he just looks good, all right. I like it when players play well and they're kind of showing it all about. Plus, when you do something in slow motion, it always looks much better.
Wales need to be switched on now.
Come on, Wales.
Why are I'm so confused. Oh, the Italians.
Yeah.
That is such shithousery.
That's
I
very
love it.
confusing.
Standing in the way. You can't see your wall, mate. Okay, this isn't going anywhere.
That's bizarre.
It's better than the desk. It's just not happening.
He's like, bang it, top bins.
Obviously, I'm saying that because last time.
Yeah.
I don't
Let's see what they can do with this.
So he's going to have to shoot because they're offside. Oh, no, they're not. Oh, okay, that's smart. I like that. Fair play.
Oh.
Very intelligent. Oh, God. Oh, my God!
God!
See, I told you. Whenever
Was that the post?
That was the post.
How
See,
close
nothing
was
gonna happen.
that?
What did I say? I told you. It's just... Oh, Danny Ward got a hand to that. I think, did he get a hand to that?
Did he?
No.
I thought he did. Looked like he did.
God, we are clinging on. That was lucky.
Look at his...
He's like,
oh
what
my God, what
Oh
happened
my
there?
God.
He's a good
He's like,
keeper, Danny
guys, give me a break here, something.
So close. It would have been
Yeah.
2 set pieces.
See, Danny Ward, he's at Leicester. I He's not even playing, so he's
he's not going to get ahead of Schmeichel.
No, I thought he was at Huddersfield still.
Had to say Schmeichel in that FA Cup in the final, the FA Cup final.
What FA Cup final? Don't know what you're talking about.
Unbelievable. Some of the saves.
What saves?
Have you removed it from your memory?
Remove what from my memory? Oh shit!
That
Oh, that's stupid! Oh my! Oh.
It must be hard when you're a second keeper and you've got someone like Schmeichel who they're just not going to drop.
He's not second, I don't think.
Well,
he's
yeah,
first,
I think he is
third,
third.
sorry.
Well, if you're even in contention, it's so difficult because you know that.
Got to play it down the line. Got to play it down the line. Got to play it down the line. Oh my god! Meow! That was ridiculously fast.
Yeah, that was quick. That was some pace. Oh, and they're
That's a foul
going
throw.
for it now, aren't they?
Oh.
Yes.
See, there's no midfield now. There's literally no shape.
I can tell that you're a manager / coach. What do you call yourself? Coach, manager?
Gaffer, usually.
Gaffer.
I can actually imagine you being like a player manager where sometimes you play yourself, where you start yourself.
Right,
I'm
everyone's
injured all the
rubbish.
time.
I'm coming on myself.
Yeah.
I'm injured all
Put
the
me on.
time.
I'm going to put myself on to do a job. None of you are doing
I
it.
was never a gifted footballer, so I can't do that.
It's an open second half right now. Would you agree with that, says Chris?
I wouldn't say it's open. I'd say it's open season for Italy at the minute, by the way they're playing. I think this is the only chance Wales have really had.
Well, they should still make it, yeah. Doesn't feel that open, does it? You know, it doesn't. It just.
There you go. But this is it. Where's this? He's got no options here. He's got one. He's got to shift it wide, and they've lost it straight away. And they're hitting transition
Keep giving away the ball.
Who's getting?
who's going- what?
Oh my God! It's a
Who?
red card.
What? To who?
I have no idea what's going on here.
What's
Oh,
happened?
balls! Someone's down. Oh, it's Ethan Amp. No, not you, Ethan. I love you, Ethan.
He's.
Oh.
What did he do?
Oh, bad on the desk. He's gone.
Red card for Ethan Ampadu.
They can't send him off yet. They've got to check it on VAR. What is he getting the red card for? Oh, this doesn't look good.
Ethan Ampadu
Oh my
looks really
gosh, please.
confused.
I can't look at a broken bone or anything. Is that just all it is?
Oh, it's
or
absolutely
is it...
mangled. It's kind of just like.
Oh God, I know I
That's
can't look at
it,
this.
either.
I don't want to look at it. Tell me when it's over.
Oh, that's a red card.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's a red card.
that looks
He's
painful.
got studs up into his ankle.
Oh, studs in the ankle. And is that?
That's
Oh
a-
yeah.
That's a
Oh.
red. That's a red. No one spotted that. That's actually fair play to the referee
Ouch.
spotting that. That's actually what. Okay, maybe not fair play in your
So
case. but
when that's done accidentally though, is it? I mean,
I think because it still studs up. Like it didn't look malicious. I don't think
no,
he meant
exactly.
for it,
If
but
it's not like
still
a,
studs up, so it's still a sending off. But
yeah.
Ethan Ampadu, especially coming in this game to start, is going to be so
Yeah.
disappointed.
He's
Such a
such a
talent
good-
as well. But for me, Ethan Ampadu looks best when Wales have possession, so he can get on the ball, which obviously they've not done
Poor
in
lad.
today's game.
Yeah.
What a disappointment. For
I love
them.
Ethan Ampadu. I'm
Yeah,
the thing
great
is,
player.
When he came in his first season at
Mistimed
Chelsea,
that badly, horrendous from Ampadu, but it's a yellow, not red for me. So it's
blimey, that
sad.
is so Italian. That kid, what he's doing there, it's like, oh, he's crying, poor lad.
It's sad because it's a huge occasion for him as well, isn't it? Oh, look at that. And
Such a bob in a Welsh shirt. But yeah, no, he.
so it's a yellow card.
No, it's a red.
Oh,
he's
red
gone.
card. Okay.
So yeah, I think for him it's like he's had such a poor season with Sheffield United. You know, he came to Chelsea, touted to do really well.
Went to
Played
Leipzig.
really, he was at Leipzig on
Yeah.
loan. You know, he played
Yeah.
really well for us in that first season under Sarri. I can't feel for him because
Yeah.
you know.
He'll be
player.
disappointed, but I think with this team and the camaraderie that we've got, and again, use the word way too often, but the togetherness, you can't. I don't think the Wales players sulk a lot because they're all in it together. Do you know
Yeah,
what I'm
100%.
trying
Well,
to say?
when
Yeah.
when Ryan Giggs came in, he saw something really special in Ampadu and couldn't wait to play him.
I still think you should get Chris Coleman back.
Such a shame.
He's such a good coach. Chris Coleman's just that.
Ooh,
So how does that mix up? You know, you're a player, you're a coach, a gaffer, manager.
Right, go 4-4-2. Have one
No,
man
but
up
I
front.
mean, in terms of a game, this has got to just change the
Well, you've now
entire outlook
it's
and
now
the
a
logistics for both teams
it's
now.
4-3-2 now.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of the shape, you've probably got Chris Gunter, even though he's a bit smaller.
Yeah.
You don't have the sweeper in Ethan Ampadu anymore, so he's going to be looking at a solid 2, and then I'd personally look to flood the midfield a little bit more.
Yeah, they need to bring in another player in the midfield now, because you need to almost have it evenly matched. Otherwise, Italy will just pop the ball around you, and you need to be able to compete in the midfield. But then obviously the 5 at the back was almost working in the first half, other than the set piece, because it made them difficult to break down.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think you got to take a player out defence, put another player in midfield. Even Chris Gunter probably could go there, in fact. And it's so difficult playing against 10 men. When you've got 10 men, it's so difficult to play.
Especially
Actually,
against Italy.
I got stitched up. I played a game, and the manager didn't tell me. They said, "Oh, we need a player to play," and only I think 9 of us turned up. And that, I can't even tell you how difficult that was.
That is
Yeah.
my nightmare.
You got midfielders. They've then flood the midfield, and then you're trying to get on the ball, and it's so hard.
See, pinged over the top. This is it now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Things offside though. They're going to raise the flag in a minute.
Do you know what though? Sometimes when a team goes down to 10 players, they almost step up their game.
Yeah,
Because they've got to give that extra
It's like
bit.
every-
Here you go. Look at that shape. Sorry, straight away. It's ball straight over the top because you've not got that extra man who can step into midfield to make the difference.
Yeah, everyone's just got to go balls to the wall now, haven't they? You know.
Great touch from Belotti there though.
Oh,
How was that
Moore's
even a
coming.
red?
Kiefer Moore.
Oh, there we go.
My star boy.
Kiefer Moore. Kiefer.
Is it Francisco?
Roberto
is it,
Francisco
yeah,
Moore.
or is it Francisco Roberto? I'm not sure.
I
either
think
way.
it was Roberto Francisco Moore.
He just doesn't look Welsh, does he? Now you know his name. He just doesn't look Welsh.
Actually, no, you are right.
Well, he needs
The
to make sure
talky
he doesn't
Italian
get carded.
What? The Welsh talkie Italian stallion.
How many of your players are actually from Wales? That's my actual question. It's a bit like Scotland squad. Half of them can't get the England team, so they just started to play Scotland.
Fresh pair of legs now.
Yeah.
You know, people are going to be excited by Keitha, and you know he's going to come on, and he's
So yeah,
again a big bright spark.
He's dropped.
Tall. He's your tall man that we need.
Bastoni's played so well at the back.
Italy have been class, but I tell you what, if Kiefer Moore was to get a yellow card, he would not be able to play the next game. So he needs to be careful.
Oh,
Ooh.
he's absolutely done him there, Dan James. Bastoni's been very Sunday league and gone, right, piss off, mate. Goes through
I
him.
freaking love Dan James. He's so underrated, I think, in my opinion.
I really rate him. I always
Yeah.
have this debate with people. They say, yeah, he's quick, but he doesn't use the ball well enough. I think he does.
Dan James is just a Welsh Theo Walcott. He hits it long and runs after it. And he's just not got much of an end product usually. Although I say that, he stood over this free kick.
Yeah, but he needs to have the opportunities there. Maybe it's the other players.
But when England
Maybe he's too good for the
England
whole
turned
team.
a game around against Sweden in the Euros in like 2012, it's Theo Walcott that came on and changed the game.
Shut up, Sam.
So those players with pace can be game changers.
Bale tells Keitha Moore to make no challenges. Big risk bringing him on a yellow card. A
he's
bit like you were
backstick.
saying there, Sam.
Yes, it's dangerous that
Yeah,
because especially
I think we said that on the
swings,
first game
got swings.
actually against Wales. Actually, we weren't here, but we were saying, "Gosh, he needs to be careful," you know.
That's a nice little touchdown. Bastoni. Oh wow, fair play.
very confident Italy.
Bastoni's he's very good on the ball. Young centre back. Because I think one of my big worries for the Italian team was obviously when Chiellini and Bonucci retire. I mean, they've probably got one World Cup in them if Italy do qualify for Qatar. And I think the fact it's in Qatar is a completely different conversation for another day. I think that I do worry that the Italians don't have a abundance of centre back talent coming through
It's
after
so hard.
many years of so many good players in that position.
It's so hard to get a partnership like that. I mean, those two have been around for such a long time now that they almost telepathic.
Yeah.
They know exactly, they can read each other's game, and I think Italy are so lucky to have that.
Yeah.
And I think it would be such a big miss when eventually they do retire.
It's the fact it's like you had Baresi and Maldini, then you had Maldini and Nesta, and then Chiellini and Bonucci. Like that's since the 1980s. Even before then, they had amazing centre backs. But I'm not old enough to remember them. It's kind of one of those where they've always bred great players in that position. Similar to England, always have had good centre backs until now. Really, I don't think we have this expansive level of player in that position like we had done for so many years.
Mings has done well to step in, I think,
I don't
considering.
think Tyrone Mings is as good as people make him out to be. I think the fact that Fikayo Tomori's not gone to this Euros is beyond ridiculous. But it just goes to show that Gareth Southgate doesn't know what he's doing because he's England's best centre back. But because he's playing in Italy, you know, it's not as good as Germany or obviously playing in the Premier League. So take Conor Cody, who's had the worst season of his career in the Premier League. Just don't get me
Why
started.
Dan James can't perform the same level back in United, but is he even getting the opportunity to do that?
Not really.
Exactly, you know.
But that's because there are better players in those positions.
Yeah, I think United, even, you know, the likes of Jesse Lingard struggled to get game
2-1
time. Had to go to
Turkey.
West Ham. Ooh.
There you go. So let's go. Nice little step over. Oh,
Nice.
Buenos tardes.
What a
That is
screamer.
unbelievable.
Wow.
Jan Sommer
Turkey have
beating
showed
there.
up, guys.
And that's got to be in contention for possibly a goal of the tournament so far.
I mean, there's been so
Yeah,
many.
there
hasn't
has. It's hard.
Yeah.
Who was it who
Has,
scored a worldie the other day? Somebody scored an unbelievable one, which was, oh yeah, that's it, guaranteed goal of the tournament. Is he wearing shorts? No, he's wearing trackies. I was
Keep
like,
them
if,
Will Ampadu be available for the final?
the final.
Yeah, the Euros.
I was just double checking.
Oh,
I was like, sorry, what? Yes, he'd be available
oh, fantastic.
because, you know,
That's
obviously
great news then.
Wales
Yeah.
versus England, such a big game in the final. He's offside. Oh no, he's not. Hang on, I've gone the wrong way there. Oh, hang on, is he on the attack? Got confused there.
Great
Ooh,
save by
good,
Ward.
yeah.
Wales let off lightly there.
I got confused. I thought it was Wales attacking for a minute because of how they're all running backwards. So
Yeah.
I was there a bit like, is it Wales?
It did actually look like
I
that.
was like, oh, he's offside. No, he's not. It's the wrong player.
Yeah, wonder goal for Turkey. People are saying Turkey doing Wales a favour. Absolutely, yes. Come on, a couple more like that. That'd
Danny
be
Ward
lovely.
coming to the rescue again.
Oh, Wales need to be switched on now.
Yeah, another set piece.
Oh God, I can't deal with this, guys.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they
I'm
haven't all
surprised by
played
how
back.
good. I know Italy have been amazing, but I'm surprised by how good they are with this team. You know.
I know every single player's back. They've got all 10 back. Yeah. I just told you maths wasn't much point. Yeah, I think the Italians have surprised a lot of people.
Yeah. What's going on here now?
It's just I think they're just being dodgy at a set piece.
Gunter just shooed the referee away.
The referee is definitely that teacher who's a bit of a job's worth at school. You know, he's that guy, right, you can't be going down there. And then you've got obviously that really cool teacher that you're friends with. Oh! I hate those camera angles because it looks like it's gone in when it hasn't.
Yeah.
It was that. Oh my God, that was just awful. Look, it's fallen asleep again.
Oh, he wasn't.
He was watching the
put his
ball
leg
rather than his
up.
man. He needs to watch the man there. He's annoyed that he's not on the pitch right now. I'm trying to figure out what Italy's
Oof,
route to
Turkey
finals
almost
now.
equalised, apparently. Gosh, what's going on in that game then? We're not interested. Well, if it helps Wales, then we are.
Yeah, it does actually, because
Yeah,
Italy
because
would
then
have
it
scored
does.
if you
Yeah,
come
yeah,
on
yeah.
now. You guys pretty much set to finish second at this rate.
Come on, Wales. We just want a nice little. Gives us a boost, you know, as we go into the knockout stages. If we can score against us, Italian side.
Yeah, they're just retaining possession now.
It's been so many games where I've seen teams lose a player and they go down to 10 men and they play better. But let's see what
I think
happens.
Wales
I'm
is-
not,
well,
yeah,
it
I
just
don't
looks like
think
damage
against
control
Italy.
there. But yeah, Kiefer Moore's basically playing as a centre midfielder. What the hell happened there?
So come on, Gaffer. In terms of subs, what would you do? Final stages.
I mean, I don't think you can do anything else with this Wales team right now. I think it'd just be a case of just damage control now, because I think if you went for Italy,
They
they
put
just
Keither on it, didn't
The
they?
thing
yeah.
is,
Yeah,
you'd,
well, he's a
prob-
physicality in
yeah,
midfield.
you'd probably be tempted to rest some players like Bale and Ramsey, but then you can't afford to because you need
yeah.
their experience on the pitch to help the youth players, the younger players. Ooh.
Oh.
That was wasted. Italy should have
Oh,
made one more pass there. Oh, it was Emerson. Imagine my shock that he's wasted an opportunity. It's not like I watch him do that every week when he plays for us. Jorginho played really well there. Nice feet. Nice cheeky ball across. Lovely.
Thing is, you have so many good fullback options.
No, we don't.
I feel like you do.
We've got two. We've got Reece James. Oh, actually, you can put whack Aspilicueta in there, I guess. We've got
Yep.
three. Reece James, Aspilicueta, Ben Chilwell. If you're playing wing backs, you can talk about
Alonso.
Alonso, but not full backs. I trust myself at fullback
Well,
more than Alonso.
Tuchel seems to like Alonso, and he hadn't played for ages until Tuchel came.
Yeah, so I think as a wing back, I think he's
Yeah.
a superb player to have around. But I just think, the thing with Emerson is he had a really good stage where he was playing week in, week out for us. I think it was under Sardi and under Lampard at the beginning. He was playing really, really well. And then it just kind of fell apart for him. But I think, he's going to go back to Italy. Apparently, Inter Milan want him, so that'll be interesting to see.
I think if we get a goal, it's going to be one of those sneaky little moments of magic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Be Kiefer
And
Moore,
we're all
header.
a bit like, whoa, what just went on there? we just what?
What? You're going to behave yourself? I can't say that.
I know. Oh, Ampadu is sad. I'm sad seeing Ampadu.
Is that who's that with? Is that with Sergio Ramos? I noticed you copied my
What did it
Isn't
say?
it just hilarious, like the memes, and I noticed you copied my style.
I still remember when Ethan Ampadu made Sergio Ramos his bitch in a game. That was amazing. It was great when he was Wales Spain, just absolutely turned him. There you go, Illy just ticking it about now.
Ampadu must be absolutely gutted.
Here you go.
You're saying no one could really argue that red card, but I mean, there's a lot of football fans who are just being a little bit fickle here. I suppose
Is it Twitter?
Twitter, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Imagine
Yeah.
everyone, I've got UEFA A licence coaching badge on Football Manager, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. No, that's just people on Twitter.
Yeah.
Me, I just
You
turn
don't
up.
get it.
It's just, I love it when people make full threads and try to be really analytical, but they're 14 years old and never set foot on a football pitch.
Dang. Italy look dangerous.
They smell blood now.
Yeah.
3-1 Switzerland. Okay, so that's another 2-goal swing.
Oh,
What a
gee.
finish. Was that Shaqiri again? It was.
Switzerland have really stepped
That's
up
good for
this game.
Switzerland
They're
then,
scoring
because
some
they could-
absolute bangers.
They could go through in third, right?
Locatelli's not having anything. Barella's messing about. And he's like, we need to win the fucking game. Behave yourself.
Come on, Wales.
90% passing accuracy.
Nearly 400 passes as well. That's ridiculous.
Wow.
Not a patch on Imperial Wolf, obviously. We should get about 700,000. But no, whatever.
They look a bit sucked of energy, don't they, Wales? They don't look. There's no.
I feel it now. Rob's got to pick him up now, innit? One of my favourite things about football is, right, obviously you can't hear what players are saying on the pitch.
Yeah.
But there's
You can in the pandemic
In-
when
in
there's
the
no
pandemic.
fans
Yeah,
in the
in the
stadium.
No, but there's other stuff when you kind of look at it, right? When you see Jack Grealish talk, I don't think I've ever seen someone mime in a more Brumming accent. But then just there, you see Rob Page talking, you just can imagine how Welsh it is. You can see it. just the
Proper
way he looks
Valleys
and
boy,
he-
isn't he?
Yeah, he's from the Valleys.
From the Valleys.
Yeah, it's really interesting sort of going to games during the pandemic where there's no fans and you can really hear the managers and the players.
I loved that. I thought it was brilliant.
Well, I didn't realise how vocal Joe Hart was. He was. I thought I confused him for the manager at one
Joe
point. He
Hart
was
is
he was
so
shouting
funny.
out instructions at the players all game.
I still remember, was it the World Cup in 2004 or the Euros, where he starts yelling at the ball boy, hey, give me the ball, give me the ball. It's like, right, Joe, calm down. He starts kicking the hoarding.
Maybe it'll be Tottenham's next manager. They're looking for one.
Ryan Mason's going to get it permanently.
I think Andros Townsend was saying that Ryan Mason should get it.
I think Ryan Mason's too pally. I think he plays all his mates. That's what I noticed, but it's because he knows them, so I can't really blame him for that. But
Must have
he's
been
too
weird for someone like Harry Kane who played alongside Ryan Mason, and the next minute it was his manager.
I was at the game actually where he had to retire. That was a harrowing experience. Sort of
Yeah.
like for 10 minutes in, this guy just on the floor, just oh my god. Good player though in his day, very good player.
So, okay, 20 minutes to go.
Roughly, yeah. A bit extra time as well.
I mean, Wales do look in deep trouble, but when you look at it in hindsight, if we were to say this is the end of the game now, and it's and Italy scored 1 goal.
Yeah, you
Actually,
take
it's not
it.
too bad, is it?
I think you take 1-0
Yeah.
down to Italy. We've been tremendous this tournament,
Mm.
although this looks dangerous.
Oh.
I know it's their
Another right
kind of
corner, still bang
yeah.
average.
I know it's their reserve team, but Wales are playing Italy. You know,
Yeah.
and that's not a bad scoreline, in my opinion, considering you.
I think the quality of teams that I saw something very interesting yesterday where someone was trying to argue the case that the Euros are much more difficult than the World Cup.
Yeah.
And I think the level of teams at the European Championships, or just in general championships around the world, obviously
Sure.
you've got North America and obviously South America and stuff as well, have their own respective tournaments. I think it is a lot more difficult. I think the quality is there in abundance, and I think Wales to obviously get to this point and sort of really be pushing a side as good as Italy, who didn't qualify for the last
Yeah.
World Cup but are still proven as a top tier team. You know, I think it's superb.
Yeah.
I think the way
Bale
that Wales
again.
play. Yeah, look, it's
That's not allowed, is it?
please no, he's got the foul. But I think that's it. You mark the talisman out of the game. That's just basic.
Oh, Harry
football, though.
Wilson on.
Harry Wilson, the lad from
He
Liverpool.
made a bit of an impact last time, didn't he? Actually,
He
to be
nearly
fair?
scored.
Yeah.
He should have scored that chance right near the end when he came on.
Yeah.
But that was almost a substitute just to time waste and see the game
Oh,
out.
yeah, of course.
But now
yeah.
obviously he's coming on a
Yeah.
bit earlier.
Yeah.
If Wales get one free kick and he could, but then you got
100%.
Bale on there. It's hard.
Yeah.
But I mean, Wilson's a technically gifted player, but
Yeah.
Wales aren't seeing much of the ball. I think it's more fresh legs on the pitch because
Yeah.
you get super tired and fatigued when you're playing with one less player.
Especially considering the temperatures and the humidity.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. I just think
Yeah,
I think Wales could just
burn the desk.
just 1 goal just to settle our nerves a little bit. Do you know what I mean? And I think again just to give us that huge boost of confidence going into the knockout stages.
I think if Wales were to get an equaliser, it would almost feel like a win for them.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, it would be like the other big draw that we all encountered a couple of days ago, right?
God, England, Scotland, just no.
I saw a funny tweet the other day, today actually, earlier this morning. A Scottish dad, and he said,
Oh! I did
right,
think if Wales are to create something, it would be from a set piece, and
Yeah.
Bale
Was
there.
that Keith Moore on the knockdown? That wasn't.
"Oh,
Bale should have done so much better. They should have taken a touch.
And Bale usually sometimes nails those volleys as well. They're difficult to take, but we've seen Bale score
They've
volleys.
got pints in the stadium in Italy. Don't let you do that in England.
yeah." So my friend is a Scottish dad, and his wife said, "Well, what do you want to do today for Father's Day?" He goes, "You can do anything." And he goes, "Right, we're going to watch the Scotland England game again."
Oh my God! How many? Do they want to polish that trophy anymore? We got a draw against a really well. We got an England team.
There's going to be a
which is
DVD of
great.
it.
Oh, you know all about that as a Tottenham fan, wouldn't you? You know plenty of those.
We're on a Tottenham channel. I'd love to know what the fans are saying after that comment.
Fine.
have a look.
I already
I've got
know
it
that
here.
half of this channel hate me. So I
Clear
don't really
Wales
care.
chance. Should have scored for Wales just at the moment. Let's see what else comes on. San says, well, my team at the beginning were Turkey. I put £5 on them to win the tournament to FFS. Sorry, Sand.
That's £5. No, don't
You
know.
got roped into all the commotion of who the underdogs
Listen,
are.
You don't know any poor bookies, do you?
Bale, FFS again, yeah. Man, I mean,
Kiefer.
come on, Kiefer.
At least he's the one getting fouled and not fouling, because if he's fouled, we know he can't afford to do
Here's
that.
a question, right? Is Kiefer basically just the Welsh version of Keith? Or is Keith Welsh as well? Obviously, I know there's translations
I don't know,
and stuff.
actually. I don't know about. I don't think Keith is. I don't think Keith is Welsh, is it?
Is it or is it Scottish? It's like
Is Keith a Welsh name? Keith.
all I know is that Bryn means hill in Welsh.
Means what?
It means hill in Welsh,
Yeah.
and Pam means brick or Y.
No, why? Yeah. Pam.
Yeah,
Pam.
it's according to
Why?
Vanessa
Why?
Shanesha Jenkins.
Yeah. Yeah. Bit of Scotland, bit of Ireland, bit of Welsh is Keith.
So Kiefer must be a
Scottish
the-
surname. Keith. No, that's
that's
Irish.
That's Irish.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, Keith.
Hey, Keith.
Hey, Keith.
Keith.
Hello, my name is Keith and I come from Belfast.
I put £10 on Spain to win the tournament. I'm regretting it now. Hey, listen, as we're talking about bets, let's just do a little shout out for freebets.com.
What a plug! I love it! What a plug!
So my boss will be very happy. Freebets.com. Go and check them out. They'll find the best prices for you, the best offers for you, throughout the entire Euros 2020 tournament. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm looking into the wrong camera. There you are, yeah.
Jake, was it the close-up or the wide?
That was for you, Jack.
Yes!
Freebets.com.
Do I want a close-up?
In fact, look, I tell you
Go on
what.
then.
Where's my close-up?
You had your close-up, you had a plug.
Hang on, where's the wide? Where's the wide?
The wide's there.
Oh, the wide, and that's
the
mine.
close-up.
Okay, fine. I don't do TV. I'm on radio. I'm just stuck in a room on my own. Just talking to a mic. But seriously, if you could follow freebets.com on Twitter, that'd be great.
No, seriously, we need to
No,
get paid.
I'm sorry, but there's a lot of people watching on WeAreTottenhamTV. So if we share the love back and forth,
And then you can see me do
Oh, it's got a yellow.
Oh,
Who got a yellow?
Gunter?
guns by those things, yeah. So also, if you're checking out free bets, make sure you check out the Power Ranking show, which will be coming out either tomorrow or Tuesday.
Oh, come on. You're not
James
affiliated with this, are
Oh,
you?
wait, is this
Sorry,
plug
I've got my own show.
moment?
Oh, right, okay.
Right, calm down.
We-
No, Louis, you're not allowed to plug. Only I can do that.
If I'm plugging, it's going to be my TikTok and my Instagram
Hey.
at Samantha Jade Miller. Give me a follow.
That one.
I don't know where I'm looking.
That one.
No,
That
there
one.
you go.
At Samantha Jade Miller on TikTok and Instagram.
We've all done it now.
Also, if you want to check out my one as well.
Plug moment over.
Sorry, I'm watching it on the laptop.
Buy your very own Imperial War shirts
Yeah.
at imperialcardingsportswear.co.uk. And then if you hate me that much, feel free to burn them, but thank you for the money.
Oh. Wait, we missed 2 yellow cards then, guys.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I don't know what-
It's all your fault.
Going
You
on. Yeah,
started
I know.
plugging.
I did, but it's only a
God.
little one, you know.
God.
It's my
Nightmare.
fault. I'm sorry. It's the score. That's
Check
what
out
we're looking
Radio
at
X
the
1 to
moment.
4.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's going to be my show soon.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing all the plugs, you see. Kiefer Moore.
Come on, Keitha.
Keith. Let's call him Keith.
You say I say Keitha. You say Kiefer.
Is
Keitha. I don't know. I think it's just the accent, isn't it?
All right.
Keitha. It's going to be a long.
Actually,
Long
big
10
one
minutes.
down here. Here you go. 10 minutes are probably what's
I
going to be.
don't think anyone's arguing with this scoreline against it.
Oh,
to be honest.
that's a booking.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
He hit with his elbow.
He can't get booked because
No, but that is a booking. He should be booked.
he
If
needs
you
to be
if
careful.
you turn around to someone and go bang.
Hang on, what's happening here? Nothing. Game on.
Yeah, he's not giving
Okay,
anything.
fine. God, Bale said no challenges, Keitha.
Is that what
Okay.
he said?
Yeah, when he came on, no challenges.
Wow. See, it's hard to play.
Mm.
I think it's really hard to play football when you know you've got to be really cautious and careful because you almost want to go all in.
Yeah.
You don't want to hold
Especially
back.
now. But I mean, they don't have to now. I know there's 9
Yeah,
minutes left,
yeah.
but you know they are
would be
they are
silly.
safe at the moment, aren't they? You know. When does Switzerland finish the same time? Switzerland and
Yeah,
Turkey.
so they kick off at the same time.
Fine.
Here you go,
Quick question: why did they do that?
Stop match fixing.
Oh.
Because there was a World Cup where I think it was West Germany who were playing the Netherlands or something in the group
Okay, I get
stage.
that. Oh,
And
that's
both of them
cool.
literally just played out a draw just so
Yeah.
they both went through.
You're like a football encyclopedia.
Yeah. I'm still proud of that. When we did that show on BT, I'm
Yeah.
still proud of that moment where I got the thing where Barney didn't. Who's played for Manchester United and Liverpool? Michael Owen. You win. That was the winner as well. It's like Drogba.
That show was funny. That's where we met.
Yeah. So you call yourself a fan? Well, yeah, obviously. Then got battered by Arsenal because I had some bloke who literally was a football encyclopedia. It was nuts.
Wasn't he Italian?
Yeah, Gianluca Feschi.
Yeah. So
you
he'll be
ever wish,
watching this game.
Do you ever wish you guys could?
He'll be watching
sorry.
this game.
No, go on.
No,
I'm
we don't.
interrupting. I'm
No.
interrupting the experts talking. No, I was going to say, do you ever wish that that you guys could watch a game of football just as punters? You know, do you ever? Can you do that?
Yeah, I mean, I there's some games I just switch on and watch. Like, if there's nothing on the line, like technically, I'm kind of watching it as a punter now. There's nothing on the line for me. I just love watching football.
Technically not, though, because you are half Italian. No, on a serious note.
You want me with this? I mean, I'm half Italian, but I don't support the
Okay,
Italian
fine.
team.
Yeah, and I guess the same for you as well, Sam, because it is. You don't want to lose sight of what it means to be a fan, do you? You know.
Yeah,
Because you work within football now.
Yeah,
obviously, a lot.
I actually really enjoy for the women's football when I do the co-commentary, where you feel like you're almost just having a chat with a mate, but you're actually
you know it so
working. It
well,
almost doesn't feel like work. So, yes, I almost just feel like I'm always watching football with almost the same perspective, but you just have to be really clued up on what's going on and keep that focus and not kind of switch off. And yeah, I think I enjoy it either way, whether I'm just working at a game or just sitting at home and watching. You can
enjoy it either way,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing what you love, are you ever really working? You know.
Said who?
I don't know. Some
do something you love, John Lennon.
Was it John
do
Lennon
something you
that?
love, and you'll never work again in your life. Ooh. Okay. What are we on? Down to almost 5 minutes to go. A little bit of injury time as well, obviously.
It is Verratti, the most abject footballer in the Italian team. Oh, come on, just somebody just put the ball in, please. Stop working. I hate it when players do that. He's actually put the ball. Oh my god! Oh.
Every time.
Well, he's playing well on purpose today.
Yeah,
you know,
I think you're spurring him on you're firing him up to play well in front of you.
I have that effect on people, you know. They're like, God, I hate that, Louis. Let's just do really well. The rest of them just go on Twitter and start talking shit.
I want to see the poll on my Instagram.
Oh yeah, has it changed?
Has it changed?
See, I'm going to head on to that now, and I personally think Italy are going to win it.
64% Italy, 36% Wales.
Oh, it's gone up a little bit. Gareth Bale playing 90 minutes 3 times in 8 days. What does that do to a player then of this?
That is a very that's tenuous, I think, to say the least. I think, especially with what's happened this year in terms of how many games people have played.
Okay, fine.
I think that.
But this is a small space of time. Gareth Bale playing 90 minutes 3 times in 8 days. I mean, is that a thing?
I think it was just because he had such limited game time at Real Madrid, and then when he came to Tottenham, they weren't playing him. So I think it's just in terms of.
Off he comes.
And off he comes, as we were just saying. Yeah,
it's like getting used to playing those 90 minutes again, and 3 in such a short space of time obviously can fatigue you. Then you've got to be careful of injury. But listen, this Wales team shows so much passion that they just almost give everything.
Yeah,
Wales Golf Madrid.
Well in Bale.
David Brooks coming on for a Gareth Bale.
Very exciting talent. We touched on Brooks last time. He scored some cracking goals for Bournemouth.
People want to see Ben. People have been saying get Ben on.
I think defensively he's pretty resolute. I quite like Ben Davies.
Tell you what, if it finishes 1-0 Italy, I think Wales will take that.
I mean, I think if
10 players.
That's what I think. Yeah, 100% with 10 players against Italy, who are now one of the favourites to win the entire thing. Jeez, Rob's having a field day, yeah? Who wants to come on? Anyone? Anyone in the back row? Luigi?
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
I should check my family tree. Let's see if I've got any Wales in me.
But I think
coming off goal scorer.
This is obviously.
The Castrovilli.
There we go.
What a name. Gaetano. Oh.
This is Rob now saying.
Have a run out.
Have a run out. Enjoy yourself. We know we are going to go through, hopefully. And there's not really much else we can do now. They know that they are at a bit of a disadvantage with players on the pitch, and they are 1-0 down. So just experience the Euros, right?
100%. Oh, blimey.
It's a handball.
Nah, I just absolutely bodied him.
Bodied him, I like that.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
I mean, if Italy keep yet another clean sheet.
Watch it.
That would be crazy for their statistics in terms of how many clean sheets they've had in a row.
Hopefully Ben Davies will come on and score the equaliser. Wouldn't that just be a moment?
Imagine. No, this is just.
I'm sure we are Tottenham TV fans would absolutely love that.
Are we on a Tottenham channel? I didn't realise.
No,
Someone's
when you
not
look
happy
at the
with
grand
that.
scheme of things, definitely this is not a bad scoreline at all, considering.
No, I mean, I hate that mentality personally because I just like to go out and try
Oh,
and
you
win
want to?
everything.
Yeah, no,
But
totally.
I
You'd be
think-
like, yeah, it's
I think you take 1-0 with 10 men. I think if
Yeah,
Wales
against
go
Italy.
through, it's the target achieved. But
Well,
bottom line is I think I think the game management's been much better for Wales
Verratti
than down to 10.
yeah.
Verratti's just a little hobbit who's so annoying.
Verratti's desperate to score, I feel like.
Can't stand him.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh, Belotti!
Oh,
Oh,
great save.
Great save.
Oof.
No, I completely get where you're coming from. You never want to accept a loss,
Yeah.
but
You
Isn't that-
sit
yeah.
there. It's
in
like,
terms of this game being down to 10 players playing against Italy who've been high flying, I think
Yeah.
you almost could take a 1-0 defeat.
Yeah, totally.
Italian fans are absolutely loving it.
And it's just nice to see fans back in the stadium
Yeah,
as
it's
well,
so
isn't it? You know,
nice.
just enjoying themselves, and this is what it's all about, isn't it? You know.
I'll tell you what, I didn't go to Wembley for the England-Scotland game, but I was in Wembley Way.
Oh, I
and
did
just,
see you. Yeah.
And just experiencing the atmosphere, I
atmos,
got
yeah.
such adrenaline rush from
Mm.
it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even going to the game. It
That-
was just
no,
being
I'm
there
sorry,
with the
so-
fans.
wait,
Oh,
what?
Explain what's happening. Explain what's happening.
Oh, they're just bringing on a keeper for the fun of it. Oh, Salvatore Sirigu just come on. That's made me lightheaded. That's he's just saying, okay, let's pop on for 5 minutes. Cheers, lads. Just 1
5
minute.
minutes, 1 minute.
I mean, yeah, 1 minute and extra time. Look, oh, there's his touch. He's now officially allowed a medal if Italy win.
What, you're not allowed if you don't touch?
If you're not in the if you don't get any minutes on the pitch
Oh, right,
in
okay.
the tournament, you can't.
Gee.
I mean, it's not quite Tim Krul coming on to save the penalties for the Netherlands in the World Cup, but fair enough.
That would be horrible if he comes on and concedes a goal for
I'd
1
laugh.
minute.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually laugh. That is football. It's brilliant.
I know, yeah.
What a sport. One of my favourite things, so I was like, so I actually get quite nervous speaking Italian because it's like when
So you
you're
can
so-
speak Italian as well.
I can speak it. So I'm not fluent, but I can get to. I'm can
And you
understand all
you
of it.
have no affiliation with this game.
No.
Oh, please.
I'm just enjoying watching it. It's. I just love football.
I think you should have
I
done the
think you
whole
should-
of this in Italian
No,
and not,
I think
not
that
spoke
you should
any
be
English.
proud of your Italian roots
I know,
and support them.
I'm very proud of my
He will be
roots.
if
I'm
they-
just
if
not.
they
If they
win
win,
the
he
Euros,
will,
he'll be
yeah.
like, I'm Italian,
No.
everyone.
No, I
If they
won't
win the
be.
Euros, that accent is coming out. I
The,
know
the
it.
accent comes out regardless. 'cause
He's
everyone knows
changing
your
his
names.
Instagram
Yeah,
and
I know,
Twitter
yeah.
bio if
Can
they
I-
win
do you-
it.
Italian.
check my Twitter name now. I'm just saying, check my Twitter name. You'll see exactly why I'm not. I'm being genuinely
is it?
serious. Just check
Why?
it.
What is it?
Just
what
check it. Just
what
check
are
it
you
over-
on there?
So at Louis_Beneventi.
Hang on. How do
You
I
were waiting
search?
for that
Louis,
moment.
LOUIS.
Louis.
There you go. I'm the top one there.
Oh, there. Hang on.
See- see-
Oh,
you-
there we go.
see-
You follow each other. Here we go.
So,
So.
you see how
Oh.
it's not going to change. Look at the emojis. Louis Beneventi.
Oh,
So I'm already proud of my
hilarious.
heritage.
Yeah, yeah. 2 gold stars.
Yeah, Chelsea Champions League winners 2 times. God, I'm guessing WeAreTottenhamTV is going to hate me.
I was going to say, there must
Oh,
be
you've
things.
gone
Oh, that was a really nice ball there. Fair play. You
Ward
gonna
has
say?
been
So
tremendous.
warming up for this game, tell us the song of choice you were listening to.
Okay, to be fair, it was on my playlist. It came on. I'm not going to say it was a terrible. It's like I'm not
I have to
embarrassed
say,
by
I
it.
absolutely love the lady, but this song is very questionable.
The sweet escape by Gwen Stefani is a
And,
banger.
and
I'm not,
Akon.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not apologising for it.
No,
It's an
it is a
absolutely
good,
amazing
tune. It's a good tune.
To be fair, I'll actually.
Gwen
that was,
is the type of person who men want to be
God,
with
maybe
her,
not that
women
one.
want to be her.
yeah,
you know,
there is that.
She,
Although I
and
won't.
she's timeless. She just never ages. She's
I mean,
just
that came
awesome.
on my playlist, which has over.
90 minutes is up, by the
it's-
way.
Yeah, I
We're
mean,
on.
this playlist could go over about 69 times.
You wouldn't get bored of it.
No, it's
Yeah.
it's got over
I have
1,000 songs
those.
in it. I've been doing this play since 2013. It's the same one. Blimey.
Now, Extra Time was where it all kind of kicked off before, right? Wasn't it? You know, it was
Yeah.
kind of a little bit. Wow, they kind of just came to life a little bit.
Yeah, but this is a different kettle of fish. This game, isn't it?
Gaffer,
Hello.
tell us what happens now in the tables, and Sam as well. Are you
Sam, you do the maths.
because we're going to find out now where every team.
Basically,
ranks, right?
according to
Well, so
Pythagoras'
Italy
theorem,
will be top Wales be second.
Yeah.
And then
Wales will be
Switzerland
second, or will Switzerland be second?
No,
I think
Switzerland be third, Wales be second.
Yeah.
Wales
okay.
be second.
Purely on goal difference. Oh yeah, that's a very good point. Well, guys, actually, we've just been told by a producer to do a very good point. If you check the One Football app,
Maths was definitely not my strongest subject.
Same here.
All I used to do was count down till we had PE. I was like,
Yeah,
when's
when
PE?
is it PE?
When's PE?
and then I went there going, sorry, sir. I've
Forgot my kit.
I've got my kit. I've done my ankle a bit.
I don't know.
I went to a rugby school, so I was like, the first year day I turned up, I was like, oh, you're a big lad. You could be a prop. And I hate playing rugby. There you go. That's it. Italy finished top of the group.
It's done.
It's all done.
Still not conceding.
That's unbelievable stuff.
Nice.
Okay, so according to this group
Okay,
right
go for it.
now.
So Wales are through. Wales have gone through to the
So-
knockouts, which
so-
is a huge performance.
Oh, actually, hang on.
What?
Right. Okay.
Oh.
So
Is it just
Uh,
updated?
yeah. So Italy finished top of the group. Obviously winning all their games.
Yeah.
Wales finished second, and Switzerland finished third. Goal difference. With Wales with 1, Switzerland with -1, and Turkey have played all 3 games and conceded 8, scored 1, and finished bottom with 0 points and -7 goal difference.
Poor Turkey.
Personally, not my meat of choice. I think it's quite dry, but but yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think the only difference which people would have expected would have been Wales at the bottom in Turkey position, Turkey where Wales are.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
look, I think Wales now through. I need to.
Is
Do you?
Gareth Bale limping?
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, the amount of
I mean,
times
he's been knocked
knocked
about.
in this game. Hopefully he'll be fine.
Well, look, let's just take a moment for Wales, a tiny nation within Europe. And I've said this before, the heart, the passion, the pride of a continent. They've managed to just reignite that magic that they found at the Euros in 2016. And they are through to the knockouts. This is just awesome.
But it is awesome. But honestly, look at the togetherness of this Italy team. You don't see that.
I would say you see it with Wales.
you see that with Wales.
You see it with Wales.
Yeah, but the difference is this team have won and they are really pushing it. The reason I think Italy is like a better version of Wales purely because again, unlike Wales, they don't have a talisman.
Okay.
But don't look at me like that.
No, I'm just listening. Look at them
Here you
all.
go. Look at it.
Here
Oh no,
we go. This is nice.
This is it. Stadio Olimpico. That is.
I bet that's
scenes.
epic. Yeah.
It was. I actually cried when Andrea Bocelli did Nessun Dorma.
Oh my God. That.
I got really emotional.
Yeah.
Because all my dad always tells me about Italian.
Look at that. Yeah.
And it's just that was just it's
Yeah,
got proper vibes from that.
I think the difference is this Italy team. Look at the players and who they're playing for. Wales got a lot of championship players, a lot of players who are inexperienced, and they play with such heart and passion that they manage to almost be the underdog where they're surpassing expectation. Whereas Italy, they almost do have a certain level of expectation, but Italy are smashing it. They're really smashing it.
I think with Wales the passion is spelled as well PASHUN rather than passion properly because it is their driving force. I think it's superb. It's a very Welsh trait, being driven by national pride and just very sort of just proud to be where they are and what they're doing. It's unbelievable. And fair play to them to get to this point of the tournament as well.
Yeah.
I don't know who they play next. I don't know what the tournament tree looks like after this. It just gets so confusing.
All that matters is that Wales. I think we were given a tough boot. I think at the very start of this.
I think you were
a
almost
lot of
written off.
I think we were written off, and I think that was a little bit harsh considering what we and actually maybe not too harsh because maybe a lot of people thought that us performing at a big tournament was a bit of a fluke before because that's the first one that we'd been in 60 years or so. But I think now we can prove that, as you said before, like the camaraderie, the togetherness, the team spirit does go a long way in big tournaments like this, and Wales have proved it.
Well, I mean, it's really interesting to see. So, depending on how the other groups finish up, I've just been sent this. So, Wales. Assuming they finish runner-up in the group, they'll face second in Group B. That can be one of Finland, Russia, or Denmark, which is obviously very unlikely. But
Finland?
I mean, if it's I apart from Denmark, because I know it's unlikely with Denmark, but I mean, if they do go through, I think Wales can easily beat Finland or Russia very easily.
Wow. Wow.
So
Come
Wales
on.
could be in a
Exciting,
quarter-final.
I
This
know.
is very exciting. Wales
Again,
could do
this
it
is
again.
insane.
Who would you rather they face out of those though? Denmark, Finland, or Russia? Who would you rather play?
I'm going to say, I'm going to say Finland, but it wasn't. I was just looking then. Wales, Russia. Was it at the last Euros? Was that one of their games that they went through?
Would you beat them through?
Yeah,
was it 3-0?
like 3-0. Yeah. Maybe it'd be nice.
So maybe, Russia, they might have
to-
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's fair to say that Russia aren't doping in this tournament because they
Yeah.
don't have their own doctors at their thing. So
Oh, gosh.
realistically, there's a chance that I think you could beat them. But I think Finland are in a similar position to Wales.
Yeah,
where
Wales
it's
beat
run by
Russia
steam
last
through.
year in the group stages. In the group stages. Ramsey, Taylor, Bale, all with those goals. So yeah, I mean, do you know what? It's one of those things. It's like I think we'll back them. There's not a huge amount of pressure like from Wales just in general. We're proud to be through. I think we've deserved to have gone through. So it doesn't. I don't think is a big thing. I think we're just to win you've got to beat who's in front of you, haven't you? So it
100%, and Wales have done everything they needed to
Yeah.
proceed. So credit to him. I think it's going to be a very, very interesting tournament. I mean,
Yeah.
whoever you guys face in Group B, that if you get to a quarter final again,
Diane
That's
Cymru,
amazing.
yes, Howell. Thank you very much.
but yeah, it's awesome.
It really is. I mean, Wales, I think they're a special team, and they do manage to find a way, and they can do what they did in 2016. What a moment that would be.
Be unbelievable. Imagine that.
Imagine the
semi-final again.
scenes.
Getting knocked out by England on their way to the final.
No, joking. No, guys, do you know what? It's been a pleasure once again. I'm enjoying this far too much. And we're back, that means. We're back because Wales are through. Yay.
We're back.
Oh, look at you.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, as you say.
Maybe I'll have to come in a Welsh shirt or something.
I know
if
you said
they
you were going to.
Okay,
didn't you?
okay,
Didn't
maybe
you say
next
you had,
time.
I think this is like
That's
a
like me rocking up in an Italy shirt. I'm not even just like. Do you know what? I'm going to rock up in a North Macedonia shirt. I just feel like it, you know?
Oh,
Maybe I'll qualify. I've seen that didn't even qualify the tournament. I'll come in a shirt that's not even from Europe. I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to stop talking now.
Okay.
You guys crack on.
Do you not have an
Geography.
office sweepstake team that you're backing?
So I don't. I've got. I didn't do a sweepstake in the office. I did one with my mates, and I got 3 teams, 2 of which just aren't going to do anything. But I did get Belgium,
Oh,
Okay, nice.
so that's the 120 quid in the lump.
Yeah,
so I could,
Belgium and
it's-
Italy, I think, are a lot of people's favourites, especially on the We Are Tottenham TV one. Sorry, just quickly, thank you, Polly, Samantha, and Luigi for the watch.
Luigi.
That's gonna stick.
You're
in.
welcome.
Luigi! Come
Mario.
on.
Christ. Wasn't even my go-to character in Mario Kart. I was more of a Yoshi man personally.
Yeah, no, awesome. I'm excited. So, do we know when that next game is?
For the round of 16.
Yeah.
Let's have a wee butchers. Round of 16. Yeah, that's 15. No, big fingers. Round of 16. Euro 2021. Obviously, Euro
When
2020.
shall we meet again?
Netherlands will be facing somebody. It's not got. Okay, so we're looking at the week. We're looking at the 26th, the 27th, 28th, and the 29th.
But we don't know when that's going to be yet, do we?
No,
No.
not yet. So
Okay,
I've got no
fine.
idea. But yeah, exciting times.
Exciting times. And I think if if it's Russia or Finland, whoever we're going to face, again, as I said, it doesn't really matter. But that's I think the stars are aligning for us once again.
Very interesting to see what will happen with Wales. Very interesting.
We shall see. I'm excited.
Perfect. Well, look, guys, thank you so much. Sorry I had to come in like real last minute, but what was I doing?
Working. Oh,
Like,
1 till
think
4
about-
already.
There we go. I don't have to do my own plugs now. No, it's
Hi,
been
mate.
great. When is We Are Tottenham TV back on?
I don't know. I'm not a Tottenham fan.
Okay.
It's-
Tomorrow. We've just heard from the corner there. So, the England game.
It's coming home!
Yeah, so good luck to England. Obviously, I can say that because you are my neighbours and all, and you're not really having a good time of it at the moment, are you? So we can say that.
Southgate's manager, of course we're not.
But look, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for joining us. I'll go wide. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Luigi.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sam, again for your wonderful insight. Obviously, you are, a seasoned pro yourself. Thank you very much for joining us as well. And thank you so much if you've been joining us on We Are Tottenham TV. Also, freebets.com. Follow us on Twitter. As I said, they've got great pricing. They've got great offers. They will find the best for you during the Euros 2020 as well. So I think we're going to sign off now. I'm going to chug it back down the M4, back over to the green grass of Wales. Let's go, baby.
And check out the power ranking show with me and James Caps on Free Bets as well, by the way, guys. That'll be out probably tomorrow or the day after, which is really fun. And I've got to come up with a script for that now. So while heading back over to Wales, I'll be sat in a car not knowing what I'm going to say tomorrow. So yeah, that'll be fun.
Awesome. Right, we'll see you all later, guys.
Sam's got a plug.
Plug.
I mean, I already plugged, but yeah, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Samantha J. Miller. I hope you've all enjoyed, and we'll see you soon.
Awesome. Good night, guys. Good luck to England tomorrow. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.